holders for the longest pro Dota game in history. They have broken that this year, and they got close yesterday. As we saw, Team Liquid absolutely dominate in a late game scenario. These guys are used to playing with every single thing going against them. No way to win their games. And somehow, through that pressure, they know how to shine. Because nothing has more pressure than water if you know simple fluid dynamics. That is right. Go take a class, Milos. Go read a book, bro. Damn. Sorry about that. You didn't deserve that. Anyway,
really school me on that one.
It's true. It's fluid dynamics.
The chemistry of this one is we're not melting the keys, we're breaking them.
Damn.
And that is hardcore Newtonian physics at the end of it. Let's see what happens with our matchup. Please, Team Liquid, there you go. That's your chemistry and physics class for the morning. Please, Team Spirit, get set for this one. I hope we don't get a spark and a little explosion from these two.
I know
hands.
Tofu hates Yatoro, but he shook his hand. Hey, I can't believe it. No, they're very good friends. And Maposhka came out too. Oh my God, there he is. Oh my God, that crowd goes wild. Coach Maposhka versus Coach Blitz, double smarties on that team as well. It is down to be a fantastic game. So let's get into the series and go back to the panel.
Team Spirit versus Team Liquid as our opening series today for the survival stage round 2. And both of these teams level up under pressure. They do better when it gets tougher, and they do good, very good, in the late game. And that's where my question is, Seth. Because we've seen both of these teams do exceptional in the late game. Not just this event, but like through the history. But who's better?
No, I can't answer that question.
Oh, come on.
I don't know. I don't know. I think both of them, can really, surpass the other team. It's gonna come down to the clutch factor. Like, what version of players are we getting today? You know, like which heroes are they playing? Like comfort meta. Like, it's so many question marks. It's hard to pinpoint one or the other. What we know is that both of them are gonna feel comfortable basically at all stages of the game. They're happy scaling. It's like, yeah, sure. Liquid yesterday, they showed that they were able to, manage late game situations. You're going up against Yatoro and Collapse. You really want to take it to ultra late game? I'm not sure, but maybe you do. We'll have to see.
Yeah, the clutch factor from both of these. I would give a slight edge to Spirit when it comes down to clutch, just in the late game decision making wise. Always finding that little bit of something, but we also got to mention that we are experiencing Nisha Prime once again. He has been on point every single game that he played, but we talk about his Ember Spirit performances where he's solo carrying the team, like literally doing 3 different things at the same time, dragging the creep wave, stealing the stack, stealing the XP rune on top of that as well. Or if he's going to be playing something that is not really Nisha style, like we've seen yesterday, playing Necro against some of these matchups that do favor Necro in the laning stage against the Sand King, but also getting quite a lot of done throughout the whole game, even though it's not an easy matchup for him, because he can get bursted, especially in these lineups where he has no real support in terms of no saving support, no Ringmaster, Shadow Demons, no Tusk, anything alike.
And I want to mention Boxy a little bit for Team Liquid, because I think he's the clutch factor for that team in a sense. Like when they won the year they won TI, I think he was like the best 4 of the tournament, like by far. It was incredible, like the amount of work he was putting and what he was able to do with the game. He's a very innovative, creative player at heart. We saw him play the Earth Spirit position 4 yesterday with great success. And one thing to mention is it was really harder for him to express himself given what was happening on the offlane, because when the offlane is not doing well, the position 4 is not doing well either. And obviously I'm not saying it was Ace's fault or anything, but like as a pairing, they both had really tough starts to the game, and for Boxy it's going to hurt the team much more than for Ace in a sense, because he is the one responsible for, he's the most vocal of their players. Like he makes a lot of shot calling in the late game also. He usually sets up the action, sets up the moves, and the more he's able to express himself as a player for that team, the better Liquid will play. And I think he's also the kind of player to really raise to the task of like big games. It's a big game that's presented to him today, so hopefully he can find his form. And I think if he does, this could be the difference maker for Team Liquid against Spirit.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, we are in the meta where it's carry meta, so offlaners are not going to be doing too hot, which means that your position 4 is also not going to be dominating the lane, having slightly less gold. There's one factor that Team Liquid always does well, and that's stacking. They're always like in top 3. In a lot of the tournaments, they are top 1 when it comes down to the amount of stackings that they're doing in the triangle, so always have something to fall back to compared to Team Spirit, currently at EWC, who's, you know, maybe more focused on the lanes. That's why they're doing so well, and Liquid might have some shakier performances so far, making sure that, you know, you have something to make a comeback into the game, so falling back to stacking. And we do have the draft, so Doom getting banned straight away in the first phase, which is probably gonna lean towards this maybe like even early Necro in the draft.
Yeah, I think it's a hero that's going to rise up in popularity because it shuts down a lot of the meta heroes. Like, we've seen shuts down Ember, shuts down Puck. I mean, Puck obviously has bad win rate, but still...
And gets first phase banned, the Puck.
Yeah.
Unusual as well.
Right. It shuts down Earth Spirit. Like, a lot of mid heroes are just not playable when you pick Necro. And obviously the big difference with Necro, like, unlike Huskar or, you know, other heroes, is that it's a flex pick. It could go position 1, it could even go position 3. We've seen Amar on Falcons play a decent amount, so it's a very easy pick, basically. It's like, you know that you pick it, and no matter what, one of your lanes is going to dominate.
Yeah, and the odd one out that we're not seeing banned is the Treant Protector.
Yes, so that's very odd in a sense. Like, both teams are probably looking at it, but I think these are teams that are very comfortable with the strategies that they enjoy, so I wouldn't be surprised if it takes less of a priority and they make sure that they secure themselves the strategy that they want, basically. Because these are teams that are so confident, it's more about can they stop us rather than, oh, we can't give them this or that hero. Like, both teams are like, hey, is this hero like a problem if we run, let's say, an SF strat? No, it isn't. Okay, then give it to them. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, we have even got maybe a higher priority position 5 recently as well with the Bane. So that's something to put on our radar as well. But the Invoker opening pick.
Yeah, I think Bane, the one that you mentioned, is going to get priority in the second phase, especially on the side of Liquid, because this is the pairing that you want to be having. This is something that Spirit ran actually 2 times, the Invoker plus Bane combo, which is a pretty easy Sunstrike setup. It's not like guaranteed, but with these professional E-gamers, it is kind of guaranteed.
I really like this opener by Liquid, and again, like, now you know that you're in an A-S tier series, you know, like right away when this happens. These are teams that they're thinking 3, 4, 5 steps ahead in the draft, and they're thinking they know Larl's hero pool by heart. They removed what they didn't want to face, and now they know that this Invoker pick is an issue. We're gonna have to like understand as it goes because they've spent a lot of time preparing. There you go. And then that is like a classic for Spirit, where like I think Lard, one of his strongest suit as a mid player is that he knows exactly what he wants in every single situation. Yeah. Like they can always pick his hero. As soon as he sees the matchup, he's like, yeah, against Invoker, this is what I want to play. Against you know, Ember, Earth Spirit, this is what I want. These are the kind of supports that I need. He makes the game very, very stable for them. And it's exactly what that teams need. Like, they have collapsed in Toro. You need to give them enough space and they will pay back. It will pay back big time. So again, Invoker first pick. He wants to play Pangolian.
Yeah, we got the Treant Protector now already banned. We'll see if Liquid wants to... The thing is, if they want to have the Bane, they have to leave something in that Spirit will take, because Spirit has the pick out of this ban.
Yeah, I mean, the value that they would get from Bane is too high. Sunstrike setup, it's very good against the Rolling Thunder, of course. So Spirit most likely is gonna
either
remove it. Yeah, or if they want to get it straight out of the phase, which is probably gonna be on their radar.
Yeah, it's a very strong pick for sure.
They ban out Hoodwink.
A hero that's also in that's I think should be high priority is the Cuddle. I wonder if they will give it to them. Like, Cuddle Pango, I think, is pretty much back to what it used to be. Very, very strong hero. The one thing with Invoker also is that it's one of the few mid heroes that is pretty static. Like, it doesn't really invade, because we talk a lot about the stacking meta. Like, it's not so much a meta at this point. Like, stacking is just a very important part of the game, and especially for the offlane and stacking the triangle, because offlaners are having a rough time. Like, the meta favors safe lane with hero combinations. So against Invoker, you're going to be able to stack, and you're going to be able to clear these stacks pretty freely, essentially. So I like the Cuddle pick for Spirit. I think it would be a great game for it.
We haven't seen too much of a Pango. Like, it was Mouse yesterday who ran Pango plus Coddle, and again, it looked completely broken, pretty much having no cooldown on your abilities. And with like both of these teams who can definitely speed things up, Coddle does seem like a very good fit. The pairing that you have, like allowing you, like it's more about the like Chakra Magic is, I wouldn't even call it like the best ability of the hero. I would even call this hero to be like a healing hero, because most of the time his numbers are always the highest when it comes down to healing, because he buys into Holy Locket, plus the Glimmer Cape as well. Quite a lot of protection, and the turnaround potential from this hero is insane.
I'm thinking if Mirana is going to be a hero that Liquid looks at, because it's pretty strong, like safe lane. I think it's one of the best fives to go scout, you know, stacks, kind of make stuff happen around the map if it has enough setup. I think it's pretty decent versus Pango, because you're actually not at threat of dying when you encounter him on the map. And Moonlight Shadow, pretty annoying spell for Pango to deal with. Like the mobility of heroes makes role a little bit less reliable. We'll see what they go for.
Well, there's...
That's a preemptive Bane.
Yeah.
Yes. So you can definitely tell that they're kind of on the same boat thinking, but something that Seb pointed out, they are thinking like 3-5 steps ahead, making sure that, you know, some of these picks are counterblocked. I think this is still playable for them if they want to go that route, but we've seen quite a lot of Ringmasters just popping off and having this insane amount of team fight, plus the save, plus the control, the max percent HP. Like, this is slightly undervalued as well, considering that we are in the meta where you have so many tanky heroes. Daggers in the later stages of the game, they deal quite a lot of damage, especially if you can get to like super late game where you are having Aghanim Scepter on that. So all of these daggers are gonna be shooting through the boxes, so it does feel very nice.
And all the other spells, right? Like the bonus spells that he gets on top of it. Honestly, this hero, like, I was kind of underestimating it, I think, because the more I see it, the more I think it's very interesting. It's very strong. Like, this hero is really making a big impact on this tournament so far, and I'm not surprised it's rising up in priority. Do you still want to pick the Mirana Comes? I think it's a pretty solid pick here. Ringmaster is good against Mirana though, in the sense that the arrow stun, if you ever land it, like a max duration arrow, box is going to be great against it. But this is like, it fits the way Liquid wants to play. Because again, you think of Invoker, it's gonna come down to this travel, you know, Ghost Push, Force Spirits, maybe Aghanim's Shard, like the Quas. And this is where Mirana shines. Like, when you're forcing opponents to split up on the map, and then they have to deal with global invisibility, the threat of arrows. So good combo, you know, like Liquid is looking to play like a skirmishy, split push kind of style, where they will force Spirit to expose themselves and create openings that they will then seize.
Yeah, surprisingly, Clockwork's still in the pool. I feel like Clockwork does really well against like both Ringmaster and Pangolier as well. They're gonna go with Tusk, which is, I would say, still to me one of the strongest position fours, slightly underrated. I would, you know, like his toolkit is similar in a way with Ringmaster, where you have like good amount of ways of like strong laning phase. You have a BKB piercing tool on one side. It's a hero that has been well-rounded for such a long time. It kind of gives you everything. And when you pick Mirana, I feel like you also need to have some kind of a setup. And this is also going to be a setup that with the 1-2 combo, like with the 2 supports plus the mid, you can definitely go around and try to make stuff happen.
It's a very good hero against Pango, the Tusk, like one of the best. Great pairing with Invoker, of course, and with Mirana, because it makes you have chain stun, like you can keep your hero locked in, like chain locked for a while. Shards also make the arrow hit reliable. Obviously, Shard can mess up with the Pango's ultimate pretty simply, and it's just a reliable kill, right? When you go on Pango, you want to make sure he dies, he doesn't get swashbuckle out and get his ulti off, but that never happens against Tusk. Like, all Tusk has to do is to start on the Pango, save Snowball, chase him with the Snowball if he ever gets to swashbuckle, and Pango will be a guaranteed kill.
Acosta, you happen to have the hero pool of Yotaro at hand. Was Tiny part of that, or is this
No, it's a new hero.
But I mean, he's notoriously known for his Tiny, like very comfortable on the hero, so not so new, just like he's just expanding his hero pool for this tournament, you know, doing the all-hero challenge. Great pick. Like, we've seen Liquid pair the Tiny with Mirana a bunch. Obvious reasons, like again, Tiny, one of the highest DPS, you know, entry carry heroes. Like you get jumped by Tiny, it's an insane amount of damage, and that is what Mirana relies on. She wants initiation, you know, heroes that use the fact that, you know, you're invis, you break the invis, you one-shot a hero, all of the sudden the fight is 4 versus 5, and then you get chased down. So it's a deny pick in a sense. Like obviously they were happy with the Tiny themselves, but they took it away from Liquid. Like Liquid was looking at Tiny 100%.
Absolutely. Centaur's still in a pool. Like it could be even good Lycan game because both of the supports don't like to play against it. For now, it's gonna be Necro. Like we've seen this hero pop off, and we also saw, like ever since Doom has been banned, that this hero is gonna get priority. Maybe not as much priority I would expect. I would maybe expect this Necro to come in slightly earlier, but there's still Ancient Apparition left in the pool, which some teams have been using. But I also want to go back to Witch Doctor. I've been very impressed with how strong this hero is. Like we saw it yesterday in the Liquid series when they played it against Extreme Gaming, where Shaker, he doubled Echo Slam Witch Doctor position 5, try to get a kill. I don't think he even got a kill in that engagement because of the item builds that they go for with like Ghost Scepter, Shard, Glimmer Capes, very survivable position 5.
Yeah. Now the 90-minute game that Liquid had yesterday, it was Nisha on the Necrophos. He also did the winner's interview. He did not enjoy that game. It was a 90-minute game and he only had 5 Reaper Scythe stacks due to a Ringmaster.
Yeah, and they picked it again. It seems like for them, it feels playable no matter what. But yeah, I mean, Witch Doctor, like we saw super late game coming out from this hero, level 20 talent, 1% max HP with Tiny, who's going to be sitting at like 5,000-6,000 HP. It's quite a lot of extra HP that you're going to be getting.
Yeah, this Witch Doctor heal is no joke. Like it's actually like a strategy in itself at some point. Like it was really impressive. They pretty much broke the game yesterday, Liquid, with the Centaur double heart and Witch Doctor. Very interesting. So you can see also, you know, you were asking earlier, Shiver, like, you know, what kind of advantage you get from just sitting and watching. Well, them taking a page, 2 pages out of Liquid's book, essentially, like you can tell that Spirit, they've been watching very closely. Yeah. And yeah, they're even, you know, stealing some of these heroes, abusing the strats that Liquid has maybe, I guess, brought to the tournament. The Necro pick, though, what's interesting about it, I mean, it's playing versus Witch Doctor, a little bit scary, versus Ringmaster. It's not the best Necro pick, it's not like a gotcha pick, but it is a great matchup versus Tiny. Like, and this is most likely going to be, I mean, actually, it could be Ace. If you just go to the Tiny lane, because to be fair, Necro versus Witch Doctor, Tiny is very chill. Like, it's a good lane for Necro. And if it's on Mickey, then it's just a good carry matchup. Because Tiny, at some point, becomes so hard to kill. Especially when you're running supports like Mirana, Tusk, like, but against Necro, he's always at threat of dying. He has to be very careful with when he decides to enter the fight.
Yeah, especially with the Invoker from the mid lane, like extra bit of a damage coming up from Sunstrike could definitely make the difference. But I do agree. I feel like this Necro plus Tusk is going to be the offlane duo for Liquid, because a lot of the times, Witch Doctor, not a lot of the times, like 100% of the time, he is the lane bully where he is completely dominating these melee offlaners, and against Necro, he can't. And against Necro, he can't really do that because of the extra bit of a heal that you're getting, and also he's a range hero.
Yeah, Team Spirit agrees to ban out the Alchemist and the Kez, as we are most likely looking for that carry hero for Liquid, and they do not get overall last pick, so
a lot of the Mickey heroes are out, to be honest. Like, a lot of them are banned.
Absen dulu guys
he goes
yang
back to
baru nonton
something
guys.
else, the Sven. It's a
9
cool
orang.
approach. I think it's cool with the Mirana.
Bantu
Like,
like-nya
there's
juga ya,
good
bantu
synergy
like,
between
bantu
these
like.
two heroes, and again, like they have this play style of like Invoker's gonna split the map.
Bang, reko-reko nih kapan main? Udah pulang, kocak, udah gugur. Yeah,
like a lot of damage when they enter the fight. Like the first hero that takes contact needs to die. So
kamera gue udah bisa kayak gini,
into
guys.
that. Oh, and we see Alina. That is interesting.
Anjay.
Could it be
offlane Pango?
Offlane Pango, and this could either be Alina mid. It's going to be Alina mid. Okay.
Cuma kayak kalau
How does Lina do against Invoker? Quite decent, no?
I guess Lina does well in every matchup, but I have to say that this is a game where Lina can easily die, and I'm not the biggest fan of Lina Witch Doctor Ringmaster combo. Like, I think these heroes don't play really well together. Like, if he destroys Invoker mid, then there's no debate. Like, it's never going to happen. But if it's somewhat even, I would give a big edge to Tusk, Invoker, and Mirana. Like,
Tusk,
Lina
one
can
of
just
them.
feed.
one of the better heroes
Bisa
against
ngikutin
Lina,
gue,
closing the
bentar,
gap, BKB piercing ability. It just feels good overall. I feel like Liquid, they kind of cooked with this draft, and
Bisa ngikutin
I'm
gue.
looking
Bentar,
at
sambil nunggu
the
ya.
itemization
Ini udah mau
for
mulai match-nya.
like carry in general, and especially for Meke in this series. Like they have no BKB piercing abilities. Like once Sven gets to his like 3/4 item timings, and he farms them pretty quickly, like once Sven jumps in, I don't think you have many counterplays. Maybe you can put somebody in the box, but this is also a hero that we have seen use quite to success against hero like a draw ranger with the extra
Kita
bit
masuk
of
ke game
armor.
pertama,
It feels
teman-teman.
really good against Tiny as well. So I feel like this Sven pick can
Bagus
be
gak kameranya,
really
guys?
good for this game.
Yeah, and again, like I think Lina plays into Liquid's plan. Like they want to split the map, you know, they want to scale. And Lina is a rather slow hero, even if it dominates the early game. It needs a lot of time, like a lot of quiet farming time. And again,
nggak
I'm
asik,
thinking of
nggak
Lina
ada
trying to
rekor-rekornya,
deep
padahal
push
pengen lihat
waves
Bang
against
Zekuk.
Invoker,
Bang
running around
Zekuk
in ninjas.
siapa
Every time he
anjir?
catches her, she will just die.
Zekuk
Like,
tuh siapa?
I'm not sold on the Lina last pick. I think up until that point, it looked pretty solid from both teams. Like, but I have to give
Itunya
Liquid an advantage.
Di
with
dalam
the-
segitiga pakai bahasa
the
Rusia
closure of the
coy.
draft.
Oh, apa karena ngikutin itu ya?
Are we going to
Ngikutin
see Spirit
bahasa yang dari
focus
juara bertahan
on
ya?
Nisha in the early stages the way that we saw Extreme attempt to? They brought 3 heroes mid frequently
Yang
to
lain
try and
pada
slow
siarin
Nisha down.
Aurora Rune Eaters guys, jadi gue
Probably, but
nyariin
again,
Spirit
their
Liquid
trio
karena kemarin
is
gue
not
udah
as
nyariin
strong compared
Rune
to
Eaters
Team Liquids, and I
dan
think
ternyata
this also
P-Time
came down to Extreme
didiskualifikasi kan.
being, you know, needed to fix the issues that they did
Kayak
have play with the
VC Gaming dapat
runes, so
default
they
win.
maybe even overcommitted to the mid lane at one
Jadi kayak
point. But
most
yeah, I
likely
just want to see how
ada
much this Lina's going to be able to get out of
related
the
to
draft,
3-2-2
because
yang
we've seen Lina do really well.
menyebabkan
We're going to find out
P-Time
exactly
di
how much she can
di
get out of this draft and how much Liquid can get out of this game as well, as we're heading over to Cap and SPG for game 1.
Two different two-time TI winning organizations clashing here, and this
Spirit
season
Liquid.
it has definitely gone the
Let's
way
go,
of
let's go.
Team Spirit. But while they both have two TI
Absen dulu guys
wins
yang lagi nonton
apiece
guys.
in this organization, do you know what the win rate matchup is, Avery?
absen.
I think
Wait,
it's
absen.
like 65% Spirit.
Incorrect. It is a dead even 50-50, 25 wins apiece between the two of them. But again, this roster of Liquid has suffered at the hands of Team Spirit.
Maybe I have some recency bias. You
Yeah,
know?
it could
I'm
be,
thinking about
could
this
be.
year, some of the recent matchups, because I feel like it has gone Spirit's way lately. Maybe some of that's just Liquid not being in top form. I think if they figure out a little more of this meta, they get cooked, and we're starting to see some of the pieces come together. This matchup is going to close significantly in terms of that win rate. So I do think these two teams are evenly matched in their
Lol.
primes. Just a question of who can.
Tapi
find a
kalau
little momentum
dari
here today. I
line
think
up,
Spirit are definitely favored
gue
going into
lebih
this
suka
series.
line
But that's
up-nya.
not necessarily a bad thing for Liquid. Like, I think it can be kind of nice to go in as the
Well, actually
perceived
Liquid sih,
underdog.
gue lebih suka line up
There's
Liquid
more
di late
pressure
game.
on Spirit.
Tapi
Not
kalau
necessarily a team
Linanya
that feels pressure a lot of times,
bisa,
but it can relieve a little bit from you.
bisa main
I'm
late game,
surprised that you
main
thought it was so
Asha,
heavily in the
main
favor
Agamin,
of
that
Team
will be
Spirit, given
good.
what we talked about yesterday, which was that you feel like Team Liquid's playstyle matches up very well against Team Spirit, and that does persist through many of their rosters.
When they're able to cook that, I guess what I'm thinking about this year,
Gua
I feel like
sambil
the game,
setting
the meta
kamera
has
bentar.
slowed down a lot, and Liquid haven't been able to drive that tempo we're used to seeing from this squad. You know, we haven't seen like a
Okay.
Mickey Furion game where he ends the game at 30 minutes.
Yeah.
It's just not happening. So to me, that alleviates a lot of the pressure from Spirit in this matchup. I don't think Spirit are going into this series worried about getting run over. I think if anything, you're more worried about the speed Liquid play with in terms of connecting to moves, ganking you, the threat on the lanes. I think whenever the Mirana comes out, you have to think about how do we push lanes out without chain feeding across the map. That is why Liquid like this hero and what it gives you. It gives you that chain stun potential and it gives you Moonlight Shadow to maneuver the map quickly. You need like Goshup, or you need heroes that can impose a similar threat onto Liquid's cores. That is one thing I do like about the Lina pick and the Tiny here
Tofu
for Team Spirit.
support
It gives you
5
a counter threat.
Mirana.
Like maybe you don't want to shove that next wave with the
Terus
Necropost. Maybe you don't want to
Nisha
shove that
Invoker.
next wave with this Sven. I think Lina is a hero that
Jir,
can
masalahnya
cause
salah satu
Invoker
dari
some
mereka harus
issues, but you
ngulang
have to
abis
understand
ini.
the matchup really well. You have to
of
execute
three.
it super well. The ceiling's really high, the floor is really low between these two heroes.
Siapa yang
And I
bakal
think a
menang
lot of it
Bang
comes
ini
down
menurut
to
kamu?
knowing how to scale the Lina,
Game
and
satu
at some
Liquid.
point getting Blink Dagger,
Menurut gue.
or potentially the Shadowblade buildup,
Ntar gua
finding
sambil
this
nge-share
Invoker in the
di
fight and just ruining his day, which you can
Konsep
absolutely
gua
do.
putih banget.
There's a lot of room for execution there. So I'm kind of
Jepang.
excited to see this Lina come out. I'm a big fan of this hero. I still think this hero's busted. I also think this hero has a lot of gameplay against Necrophos. If you opt to take the magic resist talent at 15, you can just tank some Reaper Size straight up. It gets really interesting. And we'll see what Laurel opts for here. So far, lane's going pretty well for him.
I mean, most of the time he's not going to be aiming to use that Reaper Scythe on Lina anyway,
No,
right?
for sure.
His biggest modus operandi is going to be, go on this Tiny, threaten him, get him to half HP, Reaper Scythe.
And that's why, in some ways, I kind of like what Liquid got here in the draft, game 1. I think they cooked. I think Spirit were trying to block a lot of Ace's hero pool with this Tiny Witch Doctor, saying, we're going to preemptively pick the Witch Doctor. We know you want one of these fatty boys in the off lane, the Centaur archetype. We're going to punch you.
Shards. Nice tag
that.
team is going to do a lot of damage to Rue. And with the Sunstrike, a little bit off the mark there. Doesn't get the kill for the Invoker. And the result is that Boxy might end up dying. Maledict, that final tick isn't going to do quite enough.
But not level 1.
Meanwhile, top lane, Tofu is giving up his life to try and secure this Lotus. It's not going to happen in 2v1, even if they are both low. Sven simply does not do enough.
Karena nggak ada
Not
notif.
terribly surprising about this matchup. Yeah, he's stuck around. No more daggers, it seems, from Not Me.
They got the lane back,
Tapi
though.
gue
Pretty nice
jadi
position
putih
here
banget
for
tuh
Spirit.
background
As, man, they use this
putih
Ringmaster really
di
well in the
layar
laning
gue.
phase. Starting to see Laurel pick up some of the right-click pressure here. There's a quick TP, though.
Bit of cold snap, an opportunity with the blood grenade to land an arrow. Ooh, Laurel just managed to sidestep and still caught in the ice wall, and that will likely be the death of him. A couple more hits. Nisha does secure that last hit. And let's talk about this. Nisha Invoker. Something that was auto-banned in the Extreme Gaming series. Presumably because, those two teams know each other quite a bit. They scrim against each other. Extreme very often is at the Team Liquid facilities when they're in Europe. So they feel like it is a big enough threat that they just don't even want to deal with it. Why do you feel like Team Spirit let Liquid have it?
I think Spirit are not afraid of giving a hero like that to a team that will first pick it and they have a lot of time to react. Because their MO is, we're going to counter your strategies. They're a very good team at reactionary drafting. That kind of makes it sound bad in a way, like, oh, you shouldn't be reactionary, but they're very good at coming up with counter picks, destroying your idea.
I mean, the first 10 to 12 years of Dota, that was the way to draft.
Yeah, it's kind of an old school idea, and I think it's where Maposhka excels, so I don't think he's afraid of giving you an Invoker and then being like, we have answers to it, we know what you want to do with this hero, we're going to counter it, and then we're going to be really confident in that gameplay. He's going to tank a lot of damage
It's
here.
going to be a bit too much for him.
Sakit banget ya.
The Fairy Fire, and it still wasn't even close.
That's super nice. Any bonus kills you get down here with the Witch Doctor against the Necrophos are going to feel really good because you are playing this Tiny into Necro. It's one of his worst matchups. So you need Yatoro to have a good start here so you can run around and threaten some of the heroes in this game.
I mean, that was just flat out just bad mistake there from Ace.
A little far up.
Oh, Rixen Pasaribu, thank you udah subscribe
He's
ya.
level 4 and he has Ghost
Mickey?
Round. He can dodge some of those hits, but
Waduh.
the dagger lands. Mickey
mati sih.
ticking, but not quite dying. The Sunstrike tries to find the kill onto Not Me. Not quite enough, though.
Namanya Not Me.
Turns some damage back around. Boxy wants to make sure that Ace is not
Tes, suaranya
under
masuk
threat
kan,
here a
aman?
second time, especially with that TP on cooldown.
Tadi
And
Rixen udah
taking a
gue
look
jawab
at
ya.
CS, Team
Kayak
Spirit
prediksi
is
gue
doing
Liquid.
very well for themselves.
Bentar.
They are leading in all 3 lanes, not by a massive margin, but just a bit. Meanwhile, it seems like the supports on Liquid have still managed to maybe make up for that loss of CS.
Some nice rotations. The rotation mid helped the Invoker a lot, so Nisha's doing quite well here in terms of net worth. He is going Hammer, it looks like. Could be nice to get some tower pressure in this game. 6-minute power rune, maybe you can deny
Ini
it.
prediksi bukan buat bertaruh ya, by the way.
That's a real nice one here.
Gue cuma prediksi dari hero sama into late
Brawl
game-nya.
just continues bottom. This is
Nice banget.
Back. Dude, Boxy's got to be so angry about that one. The Sunstrike is going to be shared between the 2 heroes.
Harusnya Yatoro
but
bisa
Ace
mati
might
sih.
be able to run the bolt down here. The heal's doing a lot, but Tofu adds
Oh my god.
That's going to keep things completely on the side of
Dibalikin
Spirit.
dong.
Even find an extra kill on Tofu. He's got one more leap charge. As long as he pops it before an avalanche or something comes through. Man, with that rotation from Laurel was so important because otherwise that might have been Ace walking away with a double.
perfect time, perfect place. He's doing that without boots. Sometimes it's pretty difficult to connect these LSAs in the early game when you don't have that move speed up yet. And it's Witch Doctor healed, MVP of this bottom lane.
Yep.
It's doing a lot against the Necrophos early. I
Tapi
thought the
Not Me
Witch
itu
Doctor
jago
was going to
anjir.
struggle more because they managed to find a tanky offlaner that doesn't care about Maledict as much since you have some sustain.
Yep.
But he went the early heal point. He's counteracting a lot of the lane pressure from the Necro, and then they're just getting these all-in attempts with the level 2 Maledict. They played this lane really, really well. This is not an easy lane for them to run away with here, and they came out with, you know, a 700 gold disparity between this Tiny and Necrophos. Just straight up outplaying Liquid here.
Yeah,
nice
I do
boost.
think that this has been one of the issues that has plagued Liquid this season is that there are some
Welcome,
times
member
where
datang, guys.
this Boxy Ace duo are not up to snuff with the rest of the competition
Alright.
when it comes to the lane.
The lane's definitely been an awkward point for them.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Itu di
See if they can
panggonya ada
muster up some
ada
moves in the
burung
mid
beo
game,
ya.
but
Apa burung
Spirit are
kakak
going to be
tua ya.
happy farming for the first set of items here. You want to get Diffusal, Pango, you want to get the Tiny to the Echo, probably Blink build. Lina in
Diffusal,
particular, this hero's a
Pango.
lot slower than it used to be. I think people still have this concept of like, I'm going to dominate lane with this hero mid and kind of run away with just playing with nukes around the map. But this hero, she needs levels. She needs boots of travel almost every game. You need
Bawah
the
tuh.
item after that. Usually boots of travel Kaya, like level 10. Then you can start to like, boots into a fight, throw out 2 rounds of spells. You're pretty effective at that point, but it can be a little slow to get there, especially if you get ganked.
Yeah, again, the meta is kind of
Itu malah dia level
slow
berapa dah?
right now. So many of these heroes are going to be played differently than they were in the past. Liquid as a team is definitely slowed down quite a bit. You can see it from their drafts. Then Invoker Necrophos. I mean, this is just not a lineup that I feel like Liquid of 1 or 2 years ago would be no chance of them picking something like this.
Does scale pretty damn hard though.
Yes.
You're gonna have Alacrity Sven, the Invoker late game, and then this front line from the Necrophos that even if you kill him, the other 2 cores are also carries. So
And that's where I wanted to
lot to
lead
get
to.
through.
Do you have a draft that you favor in the late game? Because they both are going to scale a lot.
I have to favor Liquid a little bit just with
SVG
if
aja
it goes
prediknya
ultra like we
late
saw
game
yesterday,
Liquid
60
tuh.
minutes plus, and you have Invoker Mirana and the Tusk Snowball save.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be really hard for Spirit to lock on to heroes and find the big kills. But this Lina is a real wild card. Like, this hero can do some insane
Lina
things
tuh
in
udah
5 or
jarang
6
dipilih
slot territory. Especially just starting the fight in a weird way where you have this flame cloak, you find some initial stun into burst damage if the snowball doesn't come out. Maybe you're just able to sit there and deal the highest DPS in the fight. It could get real weird. So that's my one wild card for this, but otherwise, I think if you're Spirit, you definitely want to find more action in the mid game, particularly bringing Toro into this game with the Tiny build-up. Whatever he prefers, get him active.
Arrow nice.
Arrow,
Snowball
not the longest duration. Snowball's still going to land, though. And they'll catch him on the Reaper's side. So the first rotation of Ace off of those boots of travels is a rousing success.
Nice.
Be very happy with that. Super efficient. He can go back through the gate potentially if he wants to get back to bottom lane, or maybe just hangs out here for a little bit.
All space for the Invoker, too. Nisha just not being pressured at all in this early game. Liquid have to be very happy with the
Menit
first big
10,
Invoker going
networknya masih
unscathed.
berimbang.
You don't
Sven
get that
sama
every day of the
Invoker
week
masih
here.
bisa scaling.
Yeah, that is one thing Team Spirit do. Their 2 supports are
Tiny-nya
much
ya
worse.
standar
at
Tiny lah
putting
kalau
pressure on
early
mid lane.
leading
100%.
di
They don't
laning
interact
phase
with
lawan
Invoker
Necro.
well at all.
Apalagi dibantu sama
Now, it's
siapa
gonna be-
sama
My thought when this Invoker came out, I thought
Witch
Spirit
Doctor
would
gitu
first
kan.
pick something like Clockwork.
sama
Just get
Witch
some
Doctor
simple
kayak
gap
gitu
pulls,
ya
hero
udah
that's annoying for
bakal
him, that
leading
can maybe
sementara.
enable
Tapi
some of
kayak
those that
Sven
aren't
pas
as good
udah
at directly
punya
interacting with him, suddenly you have that
Maze
gap
of
close
Madness
mechanism.
dan dia main ke
The other
arah
answer used to be Void Spirit,
Echo
but they
Saber
probably feel that
Harpoon,
hero's just not good
harusnya
enough.
sih oke ya.
I think Pango's kind of like,
Harusnya sih
you
oke
know,
late game ya buat Liquid.
it's solid against Invoker, but it hasn't interacted with him so far, so you're giving him a very
Bakal
free early game.
Moonlight. Ada sentry nggak?
I mean, Ringmaster does have to be a good answer to Invoker in a different way, right? With that box save is super good against him. Tofu, not dead yet. Moonlight Shadow is going to allow him to live a while longer. In fact, he even has some launch charges, so he's pretty good to go. Meanwhile, the Tiny actually through the gates.
Katanya lusa ada ini guys, Battle Pass udah rilis lusa.
They were looking for the fight up here,
Lusa atau
with the
besok
tower,
ya?
especially with the
Harusnya sih
rolling
lusa,
thunder
udah ada
potential.
Battle
They'll
Pass.
just take the nukes, farm up the diffusal, send the
Lusa,
Tiny back
hari
bottom.
Jumat
No
pagi.
pressure going into Spirit on this map right now.
Dire's top tower.
That's going to be the Meteor Hammer Invoker. If Nisha feels he can start running at some towers and doing some DPS here. Otherwise, you just got to be wary of the Pango's strength in these team fights
Bakal
once
mana?
that Diffu comes out. Should be strongest hero on the map at that
Tapi
point.
networknya Lina udah mulai
Spooky.
kesusul sama Pango.
So Liquid
Wah, Invis
likely
coy.
looking to be dodging fights.
Wah,
around
enak banget
the
itu.
map right
Nanti
now.
ada
Nisha trying to
ultinya Witch
It's
Doctor.
a nasty Invis rune.
yeah, he's got double sentries, so he is already spotted Laurel. I think Nisha's just trying to waste his time a little bit, act like, oh, maybe you could get me. Maybe I don't know you're invis.
Nice shot.
12
Wah,
minute
dapat
rune
dong.
Easily picked up, and
benar,
Laurel
benar.
with the shield rune
Nice.
is going to go full
Nice
offensive.
snowball.
Fortunately, Creep Wave does push in, allowing Boxy to get a snowball
Wah,
off.
boxnya
Still,
mati
they
dong.
land the dagger off of it.
Oh,
And
nice,
damage
nice
over
backup.
time from the slow burn, and the dagger is not enough to get the kill, though.
A lot of harass. Still have that shield run in the bottle, so you can definitely push the lane and try and pressure this a little bit.
Nice backup by Nisha.
Oh, and they're going to smoke supports. Are you going to head top again, though? It feels hard to connect on this top lane. It's just Mirana sitting up here.
Oh, he's fine. Bisa di take down sih.
Jungle? He's a very tanky boy.
If you catch him on the low ground, set up for a good cask.
This is a perfect setup.
Them. Yeah, the Mickey should be dead here. They have the whip and the wheel and the LSA. My goodness, they threw every bit of stuns. They wanted to take no risk whatsoever. Make sure Mickey dies. The punish is going to be here, but well, actually, it's not the worst punish. I was going to say core for support, but Rook had a killing spree, so that kill was actually worth a little bit extra. 303 gold at its base.
That said, you're taking a level 10 Sven off the map during this Mask of Madness period where he's trying to accelerate against the Tiny. Big win for Spirit here.
Big win for Spirit.
Maybe a little overkill, but again, that Sven was pretty tanky, so maybe you needed it all.
Big win for Spirit.
The pressure he exudes with these swashbuckles. Just one round on Tofu brought away half his HP and burned a bunch of mana. Hard to be able to stay out on the map or in this lane when you get your resources burned so easily like that.
They are bringing the Invoker top. Liquid trying to fight
the tornado. See if they can land the arrow to allow the meteor to do maximum damage. Still got the shield crash, and he can get off the Rolling Thunder with ease here. Maybe not actually.
Oh, nice.
They have the box to save him. Tofu does manage to get the leap away. Throws a branch at him, but there's the smoke dodge from Tofu just to make sure he 100% survives. Not me. Man, going back up to that high ground, trying to bait him in. I mean, Team Spirit got to be the stronger team in these fights right now. So, understandably, Not Me is trying to dare Liquid into fighting him. They do have Ace coming over.
The Centaur Stomp.
The Centaur Stomp. That just ruined Ace, who was looking for the Reaper Scythe kill onto Not Me, and now he's in big trouble.
Yeah, mana burn.
Udah diffuse lagi. Collapse.
Aduh, Liquid. And now Tofu's going to get bumped as well. This was just not a fight that Liquid was ever going to win easy. And as soon as they missed out on the Pango kill, I think it was all gone.
I would have just bailed after Collapse survived the meteor damage. To me, that was not convincing enough. I'm like, okay, I'm going to go farm.
Yeah.
Because you don't have God Strength there. If you have God Strength, I think you could maybe take the second half of that if you bait Spirit in deep. You're going to get God Strength, you're going to maybe get the Reaper kill. That Centaur did him no favors, but I don't even know if he really could have landed much there. You have some heals coming through. You have to be very careful with going for the Reaper kills in this game. We saw how much the Ringmaster can do a disservice to the Necrophos in that regard.
Right.
Like, you go in, this guy's low, I'm going to Reaper him, he gets boxed, and then you're just stuck in no man's land.
Which means so often the Necro then has to try and Reaper the Ringmaster, and that's
I think it gets weird.
Positioning-wise, not really wants to be.
I'm also surprised Liquid wanted to fight that so bad because you have a lot of farm on the map right now. You don't have a lot of fight. Like, you have a Boots of Travel Necro, you have a Meteor Hammer Boots of Travel Invoker, you have Mask of Madness Sven. These are all items designed to accelerate you across the map in the jungle to get you to your fighting items. Like, I don't get Boots of Travel and I want to fight, right? I want to get a Reaper kill, I want to get some random pick off somewhere.
Build standard
Silver Edge. And they're going to bring the Tiny into that play. You're not advantaged in terms of the net worth at that point.
Snowball. Scam X.
Snowball rolling after him. Does catch Not Me.
Full of Wonder.
Actually threw out the wheel, hoping that it would somehow save him from a fate, but very dead. Boxy, while he's there, we're seeing a lot more sentry blocking camps. And it's definitely been a heavy trend.
Thank you. Subscribe.
Meanwhile, Ace dying on the other side of the map is a way bigger deal. Team Spirit making use of this early Shadowblade. Yatoro is on the hunt. He's got 9,000 net worth, rather large lead, and that's about to grow as every objective is going to fall.
He's so bad. We saw how effective this Tiny was in Mickey's hands yesterday. I think
Nadramon anjir, woi. Nadramon.
Took it out of their hands. They would way rather have carry Tiny than Sven. I guarantee you that.
Nadif ini.
Faster version.
Thank you udah subscribe ya.
On the map. He invades your area sooner. This
Gua
could be a
chat lo
problem,
anjir.
but they don't have good heroes to fight the Tiny directly.
Nadramon Production. Namanya Nadramon Production.
Yeah, Toro, he's on the hunt. He is great with these Shadowblade carries.
Caught him and killed him. Tofu goes down, and these are just easy kills for Yatoro. Making these rotations like this, I mean, it's not slowing him down at all. Every hero kill that he gets, he's not losing out on GPM.
Squishy heroes in this game. You invested in early Boots of Travel.
Dinanya udah ganim nih.
This is where the pickoff
Jujur perasaan aku udah subscribe. Bohong kamu Nadif.
The true lane show
comes
online. Like, it's a little slower to do right now. You have to linger in some areas, and that's where you're just
Tapi
afraid
kamera
of where
gue
these two
jernih
cores
banget
are
ya.
right now.
Yeah,
Dibanding
things like
sebelum-sebelumnya ya.
Necro, off-lane Necro, having to go Boots of Travels, then a Radiance, like this,
He's very
until you get
susceptible.
that third item that actually takes you up
Ini
a little
streaming
bit.
ini ya,
And
streaming
even then, it's
kamera
great if you're
apa
behind a network
streaming
like this, like Lina
cam
and
gue
Tiny
ini
are just gonna be
memanfaatkan
always able to
sponsor-sponsor dari
one-shot.
EWC teman-teman ya.
This is where winning that
Contoh
lane is
posisi,
really
ya kan,
important. If you're
secret
ahead
lab.
on the map as the Necrophos, you
Yeah,
get more ahead.
posisi
When you're
secret lab.
behind, the Tiny pushes you farther behind because you're afraid of where you're going to show. Even if you buy a Wraps right now,
Kamera
I'm not sure it saves you
sponsor
from
EWC
the full
juga.
Tiny combo with any
Sekarang
follow-up.
Sanginjernya
Yeah,
bisa
I don't
nonton
think so,
streamnya
yeah.
di kacamatanya
I
Ros.
think it might be some sort of weird game where you have to just
Ya lagi.
rush BKB third item on Necro.
Maybe.
Kamera. Tuh.
It's also not a
Webcam
spell
tuh.
Tusk can save you against. Avalanche is just way too annoying to blink into.
We're also seeing
Obvious
Tofu. You talked about the Mirana. I thought one strength you didn't
Gua
say
nggak hard
about
selling
the
karena ini
Mirana
beli
is-
sendiri sih.
Oh, Nisha looking for big
Ace
plays.
Rune, if
Oh,
the arrow
no.
lands, it's
Oh,
real
Meteor
good,
Hammer
but
miss.
it does not. And the opportunity
Kacamatanya punya boxy
is
kagak ada.
gone, and instead it's gonna be
Oh,
Nisha.
nice
Look,
banget.
Nami coming in from
Harus
behind
panjat
with the
tapi
wheel as well, making
terus
the
sekarang
retreat
mati.
real difficult for Liquid.
Aduh,
They're gonna
jelek
bleed out
banget.
multiple heroes here.
Ya, terus
Two
bakal
supports and the Invoker.
udah ada medallion of forest aja
Spirit
itu.
looking in prime form right now. They're not forcing any bad moves. They're connecting everybody to the fight. And it's Liquid who look
Nunggu
pressured to
span-nya
make
late game
something
sih kalau menurut
happen.
gue ini mah.
But again, you just don't have
Mas,
the
gimana
items for
kabarnya?
right now.
Baik,
Nikkei's gonna
baik.
try and get something
Trying to
here.
get a fast kill on Rue, but now he's going to get Avalanche. Now he's going to be stunned up. The Reaper
Sight.
Sight does manage to cut down, and at the same time,
Yap,
Yutaro doesn't
Tiny-nya mati.
threaten Mickey. That is
Tiny-nya
the
mati.
one hero he's going to have a hard time bursting down. The
Aduh,
Maledicts.
nggak ada dagger.
It's close. 150 HP left over
Mas,
in the
gimana
end.
kabarnya? Baik.
That's something.
Harusnya saya
He
sudah
was
ada
kinda
di Cina
botched that
nih.
play. He didn't get the storm
Harusnya
hammer
saya
off
di
before
Cina.
the
Ya.
bomb silence. That
Saya
was a
di
little
Cina,
weird.
stay 2
But you
minggu,
get the
habis itu
job
saya
done.
ke Prancis. Nah, itu.
Protect your wards against
Cuma
the
Kodarullah
Grandmaster
saya tidak
illusion.
di Cina, tidak di Prancis ya. Jadi ya udah saya di rumah aja.
Oh yeah, going back to the Mirana, right? I think one strength of this hero is also how much it farms.
13-6 by the way,
And gets
5.000.
down to late game. We saw Tofu. He was playing like it reminded me of like Snake King playing Enchantress, playing in the enemy jungle, taking away their neutrals all the
Kok
time.
bisa nggak
Right?
diberangkatkan?
And he's just
Kan
breaking
saya
smokes. He's
kan
easily
sudah
able
tidak
to
sama
get out
Oji.
with
Gimana
lead.
Bang Sujah
And
ini?
he's just,
Aduh,
slowly
kacau Bang
sapping
Sujah, Bang
away
Sujah ini. Lay.
your map, your
Ini
economy.
manajernya udah bukan
You
saya
should
lagi
be
ya.
the most farm hero when
Ya
you're
nggak?
playing Mirana.
Setuju
in terms
tidak?
of supports.
And he can't do that this game because you talked about it. Like
Saya stream
Tiny and
EWC
Lina
ya
are
kan,
very good pick-off
nyari-
heroes. It
nyari-
makes it a lot
nyari
more
duit ya
difficult
kan,
for you to play on that side of the
Ya,
map. I
cukup.
mean, Tofu hasn't really done any of that, and it's mostly just been trying to set up arrow kills,
Witch Doctor,
which have been a bit hit or miss.
Aduh, invis lagi. Harusnya bisa fight sih.
Full silver edge for Yatoro. He is
Mentor.
Now
it's scary in this game.
Taking Tormentor
Mentor
while
harusnya buat
Radiant
Mirana.
Tier 1 tower is still up.
A little risky. Should get it here though.
Yeah, how many heroes are going to get out afterwards, though? They're going to be a little bit low. They're going to smoke and make a run for it. Some are TPing, some are running. And here it comes. Oh, look at not me.
Oh no, unicycle.
That's the play you want to see right there. Unicycling in to see if he can catch some heroes. He will not get there in time, though.
Nice little steal from Liquid.
Let's go,
Not
let's
an
go.
objective Spirit we're expecting to lose here.
13-6.
Yeah, especially moving, like it's even worse when you move all 5 heroes of Team Spirit to that corner of the map, find nothing for it. Like Nisha's ratting you out right now. He's already bought out his shard, so he's going to be doing this very, very stupid ghost walk, pushing.
Very,
which
very stupid ghost walk.
we gotta get this out of the game sometime. This is
It's pretty
Wah,
ridiculous.
ini
Especially
Son of
since
Wisdomnya dapat
Brock's
2 dong
Signet
si
is-
Spirit.
it's the lowest
disgusting.
skill ghost shove that
For sure.
has ever existed.
For sure. You're just running through creeps.
Untuk
Need some blink daggers to punish this. Even then, it's pretty difficult to find this guy. Liquid trying to set up something for Laurel up here.
All right, so Laurel knows the Invoker's here. Nami's gonna try and spring
Wah,
forward and
Distiller
catch him
nggak kena,
on the
coy.
Essence Distiller.
Almost had him.
And got him on the dagger.
Oh no,
Here's
Tiny-nya
a great
tele
edge against the Evoker
Twin Gate.
here.
All right, so some heroes showed. Immediately back to the other side of the map.
Oke.
And
Untung
Team
aman
Spirit with
invokernya.
more map control. They're the ones who control the game.
Tapi
so
nih,
they can
apa
be
invoker Nisha tuh
moving
actually
back and
auto
forth
ban,
a little
guys.
bit more efficiently.
Gua nggak tahu
but
kenapa ini dilepas
it's a game
sama
of cat and
Spirit.
mouse. They're trying to hunt down these Liquid heroes. And Liquid
Meteor
so
Hammer
far
di
right now
Invoker.
are doing a good job dodging them.
They're getting more off the
Kalian
map.
lihat dulu.
And this is what you want with the double bots plus the Sven. You're gonna farm
Radiance
a little
di
faster right now, but not by
Ace.
much.
Ya kan?
But these items should pay off, particularly the Radiance for the Necrophos. If you can get to a couple items worth of survivability, you're a lot more confident to enter that fight.
Pavis. Berarti mau main Solar Crash.
He's also huge here. He's
Si siapa? Rue main Solar Crash, and then
of course a lot more confidence to just go in the fight.
mungkin main Karaga nih. Agak nih shard dulu sih for sure. 13-6 guys, 1000 network. Ini networknya juga nge-swing gara-gara apa namanya? Gara-gara tadi Tormentor didapetin sama Liquid. Tadi kan sempat 5000 terus turun jadi 2000.
It's not a huge margin, but you have this tiny running around invis.
Team culture-wise, like, when have you ever seen Team Spirit overdo it in the aggression? Trying to force things happen, right? It always seems like they're kind of comfortable scaling.
Maybe the Toronto Tokyo days.
Maybe
he tended to force a little more.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that.
Maybe they didn't like that. Like he said there. Well, they're just gonna do Roche. I think this is a fine call. If the Tiny's not finding pickoffs on the map, you should abuse the fact that Liquid are in dodge mode. You get something here. So that's gonna be a free just for Toro.
Powered by
instantly
STC.
TV bottom and try and clear anybody out of this bottom lane. The lead has not grown though. In fact, it has gone Liquid's way over the last 10 minutes. 5K swung back.
Could change things with pickoffs like this.
Punish that Mirana. That's what we're talking about. You just can't farm deep here in this style of game.
I wonder what Tofu even does about this, because you're not going to be able to. You can't have sentries.
First IOMA on disc.
Yeah, I legitimately was thinking about that. Like, you know, he's going to be riding the map a lot. He can't get sentries out. The map's too big when you're trying to rat like this to be able to always, you know, see where this time is coming from. So,
go early gem blink or something.
Yeah, maybe.
Mirana's just not the most survivable hero.
Oh, got him in the wheel. Beautiful stuff from him. Not me. Nisha will have to expend his BKB. Goes for a TP. Can they kill him fast enough? Oh, they got him.
Okay. That's a big find. And BKB is going to be on cooldown for a while, even when he respawns here.
Oh, look at this. Look at this ace. Oh, he went for the hit. That was greedy, Toro. That could have been another kill.
He probably feels he doesn't die there unless he gets the hit off, which I think is true.
That's probably fair.
He's just going to walk back into base. Still, huge find on this Invoker. This is the biggest hero to take off the map every time. It's going to give you a lot of room, a lot of space.
Ooh, nice blink away there from Boxy. Let's see, the supports are the ones trying to head out these lanes. If Tiny goes and catches them.
What a sick catch.
Yeah, that was really well done.
But to catch Invoker with wheel.
Gila, untung ada BKB ya.
Straight up.
Like the execution of like casting the spells is kind of like whatever, because you know Invoker's running a straight line, but to have that set up in the first place, you know, you have those wards in that position, be ready.
The idea, the timing, not get counterplayed, you're hiding behind a tree, all those little vision things is what makes that play work. Buys you a lot of breathing room here as Liquid just trying to get to BKBs. They're going to hit a really nice triple BKB timing in this game very soon if that Necro BKB arrives.
All right, so Avery, are they going to fight with those BKBs, or are those BKBs that allow them to pull the Nightfall?
No. You're fighting with that. You have Gem on the Invoker too. They did purchase it up off the back of Tofu being mega rich here. You get those triple BKBs, you have Gem, you have Mirana ulti. You want to start fights on your terms and get this Sven into the game with Alacrity on top. He's going to demolish these Spirit heroes.
Smoke the Liquid.
And they're smoked up before this Necrophos BKB even arrives. They feel like they don't even need that one.
That's interesting. I wonder what they see from their perspective that says this is an opportunity. Right, the only reason you go before your item timings is you think there's an opportunity. You see something on the map.
Must have just been some quick call from Boxy that they're going to try and pick somebody, like try and find Lina on the enemy triangle, I think was your best opportunity there.
Okay.
Law's just already very tanky. He already has BKB. He has Shielder in the bottle. You have the extra magic resist from the Flame Cloak. Do not want to underestimate how tanky this Lina is. Now the Sven will chop him down because he has no armor. But outside of that, he can tank a lot in this game.
I do think that this little move here from Team Spirit, pushing in the mid lane, now looking to take this top tier 2, delayed by the glyph a little bit, but I think this, you know, they're accelerating the game a little bit nicely.
They scan their own triangle
They know. I mean, they're playing so much of the enemy
Oh,
side. And they're going to go for the kill on Rue, but the entirety of Team Spirit is on their way. And the BKB is up from MK, so you can just BKB TP out. This time around, they will definitely not have the damage.
Sampai BKB keluar ya.
Rue just running
Brutal.
knowing they're there, trying to bait some
That was
linger
brutal,
around
I guess.
Liquid.
Sure, if they don't have BKB on Sven, he likely gets caught and killed, right?
So he probably says, whatever, you can take the Witch Doctor here for some
Nice catch.
Second
Nami
headband.
got the whip on Boxy when he was trying to do the shard snowball play.
Wih, gocek
And they're attacking him
kanan,
with damage,
gocek
making sure he
kiri.
can't get the blink
10
out, so
selesai.
he'll die here. Very nice.
Tapi
Look at the
si
positioning on the
Tiny
map. The
sama
Lina's up top,
Linanya
the
sih
Tiny's
udah
down
top
bottom.
2
They're
ya.
spreading the threats out.
Tapi nggak begitu jauh
Causing
juga
Liquid a lot of
networknya.
issues here.
Beda
Yeah, you continue to
3.000.
just ghost walk a bunch of neutral camps, but you're not pulling ahead. So we're gonna have to find out just how hard this Sven's gonna scale in this game.
Yeah, we haven't seen Sven in a hot minute as a top meta hero, and I think there's a good reason why.
Who knows, man? It's a true wild card.
I don't even know what talents you go for nowadays. He's probably going to go the Warcry armor.
Warcry armor oke sih.
Yeah, I think you take Warcry armor. The 25 talent, I think, is still a mixed bag. We see people take the God Strength damage a little more. Especially since they removed the bonus damage on the stun.
Warcry
I
armor
think that
plus
talent goes
8.
up even
Terus
farther.
nanti bisa dipermanenin. Iya nggak sih? Yang level 25 nya lupa.
It's interesting, the way this game is played, I wonder if that God Strength cooldown talent, I wonder if that's actually better farming than Great Cleave. If you're just popping it off cooldown, like Minkadez was like his Razor, just use the ultimate all the time, as much as you can, and just clear through neutrals.
I could see it. Probably nice in the late game, too.
That is for sure.
Oh, Spirit.
Oh, Boxy whips the initiation. Maybe it's a good
Aduh.
thing because it meant that Mickey didn't immediately bite on it, which would have been disastrous. I mean, it probably would have been another BKB TP out scenario. As it is, Mickey's just able to run away. BKB were unused.
Completely setting that trap
Yes.
for Liquid. And that's the difference between a team that understands what's happening in these lanes and where the threats are, and you just like casually walking in and feeding there.
Nisha showed himself. Yutoro's hunting. Where's Team Spirit have a gem, right?
Yes.
They not.
It's on the Pango.
Oh, Pango has it. I'm surprised they haven't given it to Tiny.
Well, he did go early Lincolns here, so Collapse is a little tough to go on, especially with the saves behind him.
Yeah, but isn't the Tiny the bigger threat to killing the Invoker? Well, I guess they both, like, if they both carrying Gem, then he's not going to get Invoker.
It's pretty tough to find.
Jadi itu
I
nge-drag
don't think you want to
mapnya
overemphasize
boleh-boleh
it. You're going to
tuh
spend
pemain
time
Spirit.
chasing ghosts literally and just lose out on opportunities or farm. You have to let the game come to you.
Fair enough, and it is coming to them right now. Team Liquid going for a smoke play, blink away from Collapse. Boxy doesn't catch him for a second time.
Just
Team
collapse
Spirit,
things.
just too fast.
He is just breaking every move they want to make in this game, and that'll mean Tormentor for Spirit if they man up here.
Tormentor.
Go through the
Fight
gate
Tormentor
as
sih
Liquid.
menurut gue.
That
Very
be an
risky.
insane move considering how disciplined they've been about dodging fights. To just stumble into a potential
Waduh,
trap
lagi
like
yang
that.
Not a bad chart to get in a game that's very burst, single target oriented.
Yeah,
if you
really
can
good
dodge a
against the
Storm
Invoker
Hammer,
combo.
yeah, exactly. If you dodge some big discrete damage here, not bad for the Doctor.
Anjay.
Still got that Gree running.
Yeah, he's got 900 gold that could be expended at some
Mirip
point.
gua tuh.
I fully
Pakai
expect to see
kacamata
some A
hitam.
on this. We go late here. This is a game for that item, if I've ever seen one.
You're talking about for both sides, right?
Yes, it's just a huge amount of single target burst damage in this game off of a lot of crazy initiators that are going to be hard to check in the fight. Still less than a 5k difference here. There's the Basher for the Pango though, so now you can't rely on the BKB TP. No more Nightfall Dota here. And there's the Blink for the Lina. So to me, this is when this Lina Invoker
Linanya bakal
starts to shift a little bit, or at least
dia nggak ke Swift Blink sih, kayaknya ke Overwhelm Blink.
Because if you enter the fight as Invoker and try and drop some combo on someone, he can just blink LSA Laguna you. And even if you BKB, as the right click picks up here, it can do some serious work.
Right, so the next step is getting that 25 talent, the attack crit.
It's a big one. Hex would also be nice here. You can continue to scale the magical single target burst threat. You can
Tapi
also
bisa
go
ke
back
side
into right
office.
click with items like
Linanya side
Pharasma.
office. Boleh sih.
We'll see
side
what
office.
Laurel opts for here.
Yeah, I think Scythe, when you already have Blink Dagger build up, that sounds...
Gue masih menunggu late game-nya
There's
Sven
also
sih.
two
You go Shadow
You
Blade.
have two other
Late
physical
game-nya
damage
Sven tuh yang
cores.
paling PR
So
coy.
there's also an argument that mixing the damage
pecah,
here feels
pecah,
a little bit better. They're gonna run into the Invoker.
Wah, harus punch. Nice banget.
Tiny. They're really gonna go for it now. He's gonna get boxed.
Collapse.
Collapse now, taking a lot of damage.
Aduh.
He might not be able to get out the Rolling Thunder. He almost
Aduh,
died.
sakit
Yards
banget.
are being dropped. A lot of damage.
Oh my god, Sven-nya mati. Ya ampun. Damage-nya, cok. Light Striker-nya juga kena 2, bagus banget. Wah, kacau leh. Wipe dong, anjir, 4. Ya ampun.
Lina did so much work in that fight. Just a perfect position for Laurel. He's able to sit right on that tree line. Nobody jumps him. All the focus is on the two tanky frontliners, and the box was instantaneous. Exactly what you want from this Spirit
Insta-kill
lineup.
gitu leh.
You're just getting baited onto the wrong targets. Yeah, the Sven does a crap ton of damage, but not enough fast enough against all that tiny armor. That's kind of the worst target to go on here.
Kenapa ke Tiny dulu ya? Sayang banget, cok. Harusnya ke support kayak minimal.
Right, he doesn't run into the Lina as much, but just didn't have quite enough damage. Collapse is tanky enough, and then it comes back.
Light Striker-nya sama.
Sick LSA.
Ini bagus sih.
Absolute havoc on him.
He landed stun on the Invoker and the Tusk as Moxie was in the middle there, and then he
Kacau,
lands
kacau,
another
kacau.
one on him.
Nasty stuff.
That's the power of this hero. And this is why this hero always wants frontliners.
Sick, double kill.
Like, yeah, he has 2 range supports, that's not great, but the other 2 cores for Spirit know their job. You gotta go in. You gotta tank some spells so that this Lina can play the full fight, and it will carry you
10.000.
over that hump.
This is what we're talking about. Like, yeah, we can see it. Liquid want to rat the map. They feel more confident about their late game, and looking at their draft, they do have some late game heroes, but Team Spirit, as you said, let the game come to them, and that's exactly what happened. Liquid tried to actually take some sort of offensive action, and Team Spirit were well set up for it. I mean, it feels like Liquid would be more even in this game if they never made a move.
That
it
is
feels
true.
like all their moves are actually bad.
But the moves could have worked, so, you know.
Yeah, of course, of course.
They really need the Daedalus on mid-guy. I think that's the biggest damage upgrade they can get.
Yeah, to get that.
You also really need the Alacrity to go out on him before he jumps.
Just pop into each other once again. This
Bad news. Oh no, Sven-nya.
He's actually turning to
BKB.
hit the tiny as best he can.
Oh, Sven. Oh, aduh. Tapi triple kill sih.
Lina being threatened by Ace. Meanwhile, poor Tofu is just getting chain stunned. But the Rolling Thunder ran out.
Wah.
Tornado comes in.
Wah.
In the air. No
Wah.
struggle to get out.
Liquid.
And it's Liquid
Wah.
to win it. Finally, the offensive fights from Liquid pay off.
Foxy does tick out.
Tapi Laurel dapat
So the
triple
burn
kill,
damage
coy.
here.
Yeah, that slow burn, it mounts up. It mounts up.
But there's no way Laurel's going to threaten anybody here. And that is
Jai.
a solid team fight for Liquid. That looked real rough with how it started.
Untung Sven itu masih ada BKB, coy. Masih ada BKB, masih ada Mass of Madness.
That makes all the difference there.
Ini dia replaynya.
And this time the Lina
Upline spellsnya udah bagus, tapi ada Warless Punch, BKB, Will of Wonder. Untung ada BKB. Kalau tadi nggak BKB, kena Will of Wonder, selesai aja Liquid.
And you're able to lay into the tiny with the Alacrity hits. That is the damage you need. He kills 3 there with some extra cleave. Ends up being a pretty good team fight for him, even though it goes down.
Beautiful tornado timing.
And both these teams are trying to get as much value out of the frontliners for the Invoker and the Lina to clean the fight up. Like, those are your true carries here. You're almost just trying to buy time in the trenches.
Now, the
Jing,
upside for
kenapa nih
Team
gue?
Spirit is
Oh, he's already 25.
they lost a fight. Oh, he actually with a slow burn
He
injury.
took the slow. That's crazy to me.
25 lagi
I think that's
Linanya.
the way more unreliable
Lincoln
talent
dia.
with how the slow burn can get removed.
Is it just basic dispellable?
Yeah, as far as I understand.
Okay.
I think when you go this magic build, he's thinking I'm not going to be trying to play for right clicks too much. I just want to get a volley of spells off, kind of reset position, get another volley of spells off. It does do a crap ton of damage with the spell amp as well. You got to remember your spell amp is
Pendulum
amping
mana?
the slow burn.
Nggak
This
keluar
is
lagi
the higher
pendulumnya.
DPS build for the magical Lina.
Longer fights are definitely going to be more beneficial, right?
Oh, Shannon. Agak nih.
It's a scary amount of DPS for sure.
Layus
No question about
Dota.
it.
Oh, well, time for tier 4s. Time for some Conjurer's Catalyst. How many did we get?
Well, he kept the Searing Signet. on the Lena, a tier 4 Searing Signet.
Well, that has to mean that
he did not get
Conjurer's Catalyst.
For sure.
Well, Liquid got 2 of them. Tofu and Ace have theirs. Now one on Nisha as well. Oh, yeah.
The Invoker wants the juiciest here. That's what you wish you had on the Lena.
Mike Bauble.
We'll have the Spellcaster advantage here. Also pushing towards a Hex.
Yatoro is still holding on to a Dormant Curio. Do you think he actually uses it on tier 4? Because I feel like
the tier 4s aren't that great. I
think
Yatoro
masih Dormant Curio.
Right now.
Yeah, like Giant Small is just a bit under.
Sven-nya Sven Aganim ya.
Giant Small, but there's no way. Imagine an
if you get
tier 5.
Boda, you take that, right?
I could see that one. Yeah, it's super good on Tiny. That item is disgusting on this hero.
And if he doesn't get Flayer's Boda, he might just
dia belum
tier 5.
dapat satu lagi.
Because it's a dead even match. 4,000 net worth lead for Team Spirit isn't really much at this point in the game. Make the initiation. Here comes the arrow. Nice force staff getting Nami away and putting Boxy in an awkward position. Toro's likely to kill LSA on the right side. Lena stops Mickey's initiation. Rue tries to do as much damage as he can. Even the finish on Mickey. Harpoon up to the high ground though, but Collapse is going to change with the rolling thunder. Beautiful stuff from Team Spirit.
How did they find him there so quickly?
Yeah, seriously. It was right as Mickey was about to make his blink in. Nisha gets dodge, collapse here. It's the
Distiller
anjay. Pushing him back with the deafening
Wonder.
Now the BKB is expected.
Bagus.
And he'll be caught as well. 3 down on Liquid side.
The Spirit supports are just so fast and decisive. That is what separates him from a lot of other support duos in my mind. Like, they do not hesitate. The second that LSA landed on the Sven and they saw him, I'm assuming with flying,
Ringmasternya coy.
He was like dancing over the Roche pit.
Yep.
He just instant jumped with the Witch Doctor and tried to cast it. And honestly, Liquid got lucky that cast did not bounce. It could have just perma chain stunned them right on the spot. But you still are able to land the Maledict. You're able to survive with the switcheroo. And that's just a rough fight.
This is kind of awkward. Team Spirit went to Roshan afterwards, but
they're not
Tofu with an Aghanim Scepter. That arrow came through, it hit the Tiny, it did the Starstorm, and it's just dangerous enough. Team Spirit feel like they have to take the fight. They have to take the fight.
Exactly. Nice.
Down Tofu, but it costs Nami his life. Ace doesn't have the Reaper sight, so he's really not much of a threat.
Spirit know it. They're just running in.
He's going to chase down, and Ace is going to die as well. Got off the Ghost Shroud, he'll live a little bit longer. Maybe it's different if he has like 25, but again, without Reaper's sight, it's just kind of like, okay, he's there, but...
Another sick call from Spirit, recognizing the situation, not afraid to overcommit with low HP cores because the Reaper's on cooldown. They just instantly go. Like, there's just almost no hesitation. I cannot believe Nami just jumped in there like that. He basically jumped with nothing, died instantly, but then you get a good fight. Because I think Liquid are just confused at that point.
Because if they don't play that as fast as they do, they don't catch Liquid, you know, a little bit out of sorts, and Liquid just kind of pokes at you with these spells. Roshan then swaps over to the other side. Like, then things get really awkward. But, as you said, the speed is the name of the game for Team Spirit in this. Fast decision making leads to big dividends.
And they get a gem out of that as well. I believe Liquid, no gem for them when you're running this Invoker with the Ghost Walk. That's going to really sting here, especially against the Tiny threat with the constant Silver Edge initiations. So these gems are invaluable in a game like there's a full Abyssal for the Pango, even more control for the Sven. To me, this is the anti-Sven item. I think Sven hates playing against Abyssal more than any other item in the game.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that so debilitating valued that item so heavily that he still doesn't have an Aghanim Scepter. Right?
I'm totally fine with this. I think if you go in there and you Abyssal Sven and then you bash him at any point, you remove half of his BKB duration, that is the hero. Like, he will get slain in these team fights without BKB available. You have to get a lot done in that window.
Yeah, is there any hero that's more dependent on that BKB window? Any carry that's more dependent? I feel like Sven's got to be number one. Little pick off. Oh, what a cask! Does that lead to the kill on Nisha? Ooh, gets out of the LSA ever so barely. Now Mickey comes through.
Roll up.
So he already got off the roll up, and now the Rolling Thunder chase down the back line. He's going to go after Nisha, and they got him on the other
Abyssal Blade.
Abyssal Blade on Mickey on the way through, and Nisha just can't make it out. He gets bashed up trying to get through the gate, but collapses there on the other side to welcome him to his home. Ace went in with this BKB. Nobody's really low enough to be threatened by him. They are going to throw him a way out, but so much mobility. They're able to get chase, and the damage is just not there, man. They try and get a kill on Collapse, even if they did manage to get that. It is Liquid almost getting wiped inside of their own base.
Beautiful chase down. Multiple target prioritization. The wheel is
Rapi
displacing
banget
everybody
Liquid
in the
anjir.
fight. The Sven jump did not work out due to some more quick reactions from the Pangolier. It's so hard to jump this team. And after that, it looks easy. Double Laguna, a lot of slow burn damage coming out, and you're just running people down. And once that fight is broken, once the Sven has to retreat, there's no hope of turning it. The Pango's just rolling at your Invoker. He can't turn that situation. You got an Abyssal on the Sven on the way out. Just a nightmare in terms of the control coming out from this lineup. I mean, they have 5 stunners. If you don't get something done in the first few seconds of the fight, you're not out controlling this lineup. It's impossible.
Yeah, sih.
Ace's off-lane Necrophos is still trying to get level
Mirana
25. It almost has a Shivas. But frankly, this is twice or maybe the third time now that we've seen this hero just, even as it gets the farm. There are times where in certain matchups it just can't seem to do anything. Anytime these Reaper Scythes are just too difficult to land.
Spirit did a decent job addressing. You have the box save for the Reaper, and you have a very good matchup in this Lina that's going to always cause Necrophos problems. Very tough hero to gap close, very high move speed hero, very high magic resist hero. You don't have a lot of options here, and as Lina's pushing towards 30, all the talents are pretty nice on this hero. He's going to scale even more. Yatoro's out of control. Like, these two carries are just behemoths. If you bring down one, it feels like the other is going to have so much time to just wreak havoc in the fight.
Hey, you talk about how the burst damage is so important. 3 pendulums on the side of Team Spirit, one of which is the Unleashed Pendulum on Tiny.
Oh,
so 4,700 HP, and 39% of it is delayed over the course of 5 seconds. You're just not going to kill him in that window. Mid-soup, man. Well, that's a lot of damage there. Did he actually pop the Reaper Scythe? He didn't.
Kelar dong, kayak gini mainnya jelek banget.
He doesn't have to use his BKB. Ace actually holds up on it. Still thinking about that Reaper Scythe, though.
Ya,
Mickey getting caught.
Mickey ngapain kayak
He
gitu,
didn't really have
Jir.
much of a save. Boxy's trying to, operate there, but he got his snowball blocked by the Lincolns.
Wait, what bumped Yatoro there? Did he get force-staffed or something?
I didn't see.
Like, the Sven jumped him.
Gone.
Yeah, the Sven jumped him and he bounced away, but he did not harpoon. That looked really awkward.
Well, they got a number of force staffs. Maybe not me bailed them out.
I instantly clicked on him and his was off cooldown as well, I believe. So, who knows?
Well, the ability to play the map gets worse and worse. The Abyssal Blade was a really big pickup for that. Now you have the Scythe of Ice. The initiation went on to collapse, though.
Lain Fokker ya Nisha ya
Hit
ampun.
Nisha. Nisha gets off his BKB lane, but he's so low, he has to just play off faces heals to stay alive.
Walah.
And here comes Yatoro. Boxy, lucky to be
Errornya
alive
bagus,
for
tapi masih ada
now. I
Yondis.
can't believe everyone of Liquid is actually able to make it out. It's the one fight where Team Spirit, the last
Udah
little go of things,
juga.
weren't 100% sure about things. They didn't give chase.
This Witch Doctor heal is really annoying if you can't burst targets, especially for these tanky boys on the front line. He has the level 20 talent. He's doing a lot of work. You can just infinitely keep this up. Maybe there's some hidden strength in this hero that we're starting to see in this event. Just sitting around these high HP targets with the heal running puts a lot of pressure on you to execute these burst moves successfully.
All right.
Scythe of Ice for Laurel, and he's getting to the level 28, so soon he's going to get the other round of talents and actually be a lot more dangerous in the right-click department. Yatoro has his 25 with the toss charges, so another thing that can threaten these heroes. Liquid are so dependent on BKBs.
Yatoro udah punya Satanic sih.
You get blink tossed, chain tossed into the follow-up stuns of Team Spirit.
Nothing good for you, I can guarantee that.
Yeah, Boxy's going to have to be super clutch. He went BKB specifically so he can pop BKB, blink in, snowball save somebody, but does that even really bail you out? Or are you just setting up for a bigger LSA at the end of it?
You have to connect Alacrity Sven on one of the Pango or the Luna, I believe. That is your one way to winning a fight. And the Invoker combo has to come out. Somebody has to get Reapered successfully. There's a lot of things that need to connect here for Liquid down 30K.
And if they could stall this game a bit, they can get 25s on a couple of their cores, which
they just don't even have that influential 25 talents.
You don't think the Sven one with the alacrity, right? This combination of things. I feel like that big of a flat damage bonus.
They're I view them as damage upgrades, but it's not going to change the fight setup. And I think that's the biggest issue, is finding the heroes you want to find. Who are you jumping here? There's just no easy targets.
Sure, so in that case you view like Morana's 25. A bigger change because it gives you better opportunities to, you know, work around these fights.
Exactly, at least then the setup of the fight changes. It becomes more chaotic. You're landing these random arrows. Maybe you're going to pop someone's A on disc. You create some more opening. You might just hit this Lina. Because there's a lot of defensive capability for Spirit. They have double Lincoln Sphere, A on disc on the Witch Doctor, plus the switcheroo, the box save out from the Ringmaster that he can throw on anybody, and then you have this tanky 5,000 HP upgraded Pendulum Yatoro Tiny.
Yeah, he's ridiculous. And he's getting an Ag Synth, by the way. What do you think about that over Moonshard?
Well, why not? He already has Daedalus. He's already swinging for 600 plus.
I kind of get it, but at the same time, like, isn't this last fight likely to be happening in Liquid's base?
You gotta plant the trees for him, you know?
Okay. Well, Team Spirit are chill. I said we're gonna wait for Roshan here, which is the preferred area for them to take a fight. If Liquid would want to come out and challenge them, I'm sure they would be happy to oblige.
Satanic.
Satanic on Mickey, which will help give him a bit more longevity, but again, he's still very dependent, especially against all these stuns on the BKB. Level 25 was finally achieved by Ace. So he's got the spam of death pulses.
Has to be some crazy execution here.
And look at that positioning from Rue.
Oh, he's
super nasty, and they're going to bot 2 on top of him. Toku's playing to set out the Sentry. Meanwhile, the initiation window collapsed with the box save, though. And now they are likely to be okay.
Oh my god, bagus banget ultinya WD.
Man. He pops the Satanic and he's
ya ampun, berantakan Liquid.
Liquid make an initiation and they can't get a fast kill. They can't get a Reaper Scythe opportunity.
Gila, Ringmaster dari tadi posisinya bagus banget.
Maybe they get Nisha out. The gem was a little far away.
Oh, pump fake. He's like, maybe I Reaper Scythe the Witch Doctor? I mean, there's nothing else that has been given to me. It's funny. Wait, Team Spirit are not.
They're trying to hunt the Invoker.
Now they're going to turn back and go for him. Make sure the Invoker doesn't have an opportunity. They do manage to burst him down. Could have been very different if Ace lives long enough to start getting off some of those heals and had that Reaper Scythe to throw on Yatoro, but instead, all 3 cores are able to chase after the Invoker while being a bit low.
Maybe Nisha can make something happen here.
Oh,
no, he's just out. Not going to wait for the next round of spells.
He does not want to risk getting swashbuckled or avalanched.
Anjing Trifoli, sakit banget Afganim. Tiny
to close the gap at the other side. There's some glimmers of hope in that fight for Liquid, but ultimately, again, the Sven just can't play the long con here. Too much control. The Abyssal goes out on him. The box save goes on the first jump target. And what's he supposed to do?
Yeah, look at the
no
damage.
He can't hit anything.
Kiting around constantly. It almost feels like, I mean, this wouldn't save him. This wouldn't, I don't know, do you get Nullifier? Try and deal with the box? Like, if you get the stun on Collapse and you get the Nullifier, you can chain stuns and actually kill him for once.
I think somebody has to find Ringmaster while you jump. I don't think there's another solution.
Get through this Lincolns, have a poke damage, but Blink Scythe instant response. Nice tornado to try and stop it. Bailout Boxy gets off the BKB. There's still too many issues. Collapse is going to try and pull him out of position. Blocked by the shards. This stays on top of Boxy. Not dead yet. Jukes the last bit. Collapse does not opt to go for the swashbuckle kill. Doesn't want to risk his own life here.
Oh my god, escape lagi, cok.
Opportunities to save, and Mickey again. It's a BKB God Strength.
Not me, ini bagus, cok, gameplaynya.
That's the death of him. That's going to be another buyback, surely forced out of Liquid. And even as you take that fight, you won't have God's strength for it. Or unless they take it right away. Last few remnants of this ability. They blink in, try and chase after him. Spirit wise to it, though. They got out. right as the buyback was used, right as the Sven was looking for the initiation. Team Spirit just playing too perfect right now.
Too disciplined, too ready, anticipating all of the moves here from Liquid.
Sumpah mainnya disiplin banget si Spirit
Aeon
ini.
is starting to come out for them, but I think it's too little too late. Just nobody can tank the burst damage on the front line. About to have a level 30 Lina as well. These two carries just completely out of control. And you're saying, what can Sven buy in this game to change it? I mean, that's the issue with Sven. He's always struggled in these ultra late games.
Yeah.
His kit just doesn't scale as well. I mean, you just compare what Mickey's capable of to this Tiny. It's not a fair matchup, man.
Yeah, and the thought process is like, okay, the other two are going to be, you know, creating enough threats that, you know, maybe he only gets one kill on this Sven, and then he gets kited around. But you have a Necrophos coming in, maybe giving you another kill.
Komat guys, bentar ya.
Going to burst down third person.
Tadi gue balik
You've
lagi.
got numbers advantage and be able to do what you want. But Necrophos is also suffering. And feels like the only core who's actually able to deliver consistent damage, every team fight able to put out a lot, is the Invoker. And it's never enough to get a kill.
Even then, against these two supports that are just saving supports, it's tough.
Yeah.
Like, it's really tough to kill any hero right now.
And a 40,000 net worth lead makes that even more difficult. And Aegis might make that nigh impossible. So Liquid feeling compelled that they have to contest this, or making their way across the map to do so. Nisha is not going to join them, though.
Collapse just sitting on the hill. Reading the move. Looking to break any smokes once again.
Check inside the pit with Sunstrike.
Did hit 25 on the Invoker for the Radio Blast. It's a minor control upgrade here. Arrow will land on the Tiny.
Opportunity. Collapse sitting on the high ground, ready to go with the Rolling Thunder Blink, and he makes the play. Hot hit two immediately. There was an avalanche to be able to chain it.
Great stuff from Mickey.
Sven stun. It almost killed the Lina there, which would have been a dream. Tiny is getting kited around pretty heavily here. They do have a good depth ward being set up, and the stuns onto the Sven. Still, though, Mickey, very different fight. He was able to get an initial kill, and Lina almost actually died to Tofu. Tofu chased after him. After the hits from Mickey, Laurel managed to dodge that, doesn't die to Tofu, and Tofu will die instead. Collapse. He's the one cleaning house now. Killed the Invoker, kills Tofu, and back to the pit they go.
Great jumps from Liquid. Like, they found the supports. Very hard to bring these guys down through all the defensive items, but that is who you want to isolate first. And they almost got Laurel there. Could have changed a lot. If they can keep Nisha alive and slay Laurel, that fight may go their way in the long run. It's just overwhelming advantage at this point.
Yeah.
And that's the Lina problem. This hero is insanely tanky for a ranged damage dealer this late in the game. Like, he has so much magic resist, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, no, areas like the Roshan pit, right? It's a central area where he's able to play on a cliff. No other hero is able to play on the cliff like he is.
He's only a flying hero with 80% magic resist. Good luck.
Yeah. You can't reach him as the Sven. He's sitting on top of the Roshan pit walls, and the Invoker is not going to kill him with that much magic resistance. It's going to be Megas. Liquid here for the long haul, though. It may not last. Team Spirit are not going to give them much of a respite here. They're just going to keep the pressure on. Banner drop. Tier 4s are going to be falling.
More disciplined gameplay. Respecting the throne defense.
There goes the banner. Snowball pickup not needed on Ace. Ace is still difficult to kill at times. The base, not so much. Reaper Scythe up in 5 seconds. Not ready to go. The cast. Beautiful. Bouncing between all three heroes.
Mickey on the back lines. Will be able
Trying to do what he can, but it's just a BKB TP out, and now he has to try and go through the front door, and that has been an indomitable force of Team Spirit. Collapse and Yatoro just simply too tanky, too much of a menace to defend, and yeah, these casts are just devastating. Rue has been killing it in that department. A buyback from the Sven. Who cares? Yatoro just chain stuns him up again. They finally drop the Reaper Scythe. It's still not enough to get the kill, and he had the extra life of the Aegis. So even as they do kill him, it took everything they have to kill this tanky Tiny. Now he's going to come back in his second life and get both of them inside that avalanche. A celebratory toss up in the air as Team Spirits will claim victory in Game 1.
Yeah, Creeps will finish the job while they're farming some heroes. Adding to the stat pool here as a very convincing win for Spirit in Game 1. I mean, what point in that game, looking back, did Liquid have momentum? It's pretty hard to pinpoint any minute.
No, they had stall, they had keeping Team Spirit's momentum at a bay for the first 20-25 minutes.
There were definitely some neutral points, but I don't think it was ever, oh, this is starting to go Liquid's way. Like, it just never felt like that. And I think that's a testament to how well Spirit can read the map, set the lanes up, bait people. Like that one go bottom, that was a bait. Now you're worried about where that is. The Tiny got involved in this game super early. To me, this Tiny has to go up in priority in game 2. It's a hero that is going to be really important for Liquid in this matchup, especially with what they've shown has worked for them in this event so far. You don't want to end up in a situation where they have the Tiny, you have the Sven. To me, that is one of the bigger trades that define this game.
I feel like Ace's hero pool is kind of a problem right now. I feel like Liquid, from the offlane perspective, right, they picked up their Centaur in the previous series with the hard play, and it didn't actually win them the game, right? I think the Necrophos has kind of looked, you know, a bit sus. Two different games where it's just not really been able to accomplish much, despite having the items to do so.
I agree.
The draft composition has made it very difficult for the hero to be able to play it.
I think the Witch Doctor pick scared them off of a lot of the traditional Ace heroes they wanted to pick there, and they went for something cheeky. And I think from a theory standpoint, it seems good. Like, it is a hero that can play into the Doctor a lot better. You have some sustain. The lane should go better. They just got a little out-executed. It fell behind. And then the Necro doesn't really play well with the other two cores, I think. I think that's what really hurts you here. Like, it doesn't have a direct purpose in this game, especially against Ringmaster. There's nothing else that really forces the box in this game other than a Sven jump. And even in that situation, you're kind of happy to throw it out. Like, okay, are you going to commit all of your Sven and your Reaper on one dude? Well, we have multiple carries in this lineup. So, cool draft from Spirit. 17-1 and 18 on that Lina.
Lyle, I mean, he cooked this game for sure.
Absolutely cooked it.
Yatoro also wins 17-1 and 14 behind his compatriot by 4 assists. Both of them did a wonderful job, but I mean, Team Spirit as a whole, the supports were cooking in so many of those team fights. You talked about the fast decision making. Collapse was just a constant nuisance to Mickey most of the game, but it was able to hunt down Nisha a couple of times. A very definitive victory for Team Spirit in game 1.
Thank you very much, Cap and SPG, and we're here to break that game down. There's a lot to break down with this game because it didn't really play out the way we thought after we saw the draft play out. We had some questions about how the Lina was going to get into the game, and I feel like those questions were answered, Lacoste, pretty rapidly with some rotations from Laurel.
Yeah, I think we had some doubts about Lina 2 times in a row now, even though her win rate, this was probably like the first Lina that we saw at the start of the group stage, and we had the doubts, thinking, you know, maybe this is not a good overall pick, but after seeing it now multiple times, the hero seems to be kind of owning because of like how tanky she gets, how much damage she can deal with the rotation that she's making, and yeah, I feel like, you know, we talked about a lot about this Mirana, position 5/4, and maybe are we gonna get on the hype train? Lina is the one that we should be getting the hype train on, because she seems to be like the hero that doesn't seem to be losing any laning stages, and also transitioning really, really well into the mid and late game.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I'm quite surprised also with this Lina. I think it's maybe my read on the hero is like outdated in some capacity, because it is deceptively tanky. Like, it's pretty crazy. Sometimes you see the Lina, you're like, oh, he's too close, he's getting jumped, and you're like, wait, who's jumping who actually? Like, he doesn't care at all. So very interesting hero. Like, I have to agree with this one. Obviously, like, stellar performance by both. They have the exact same score almost. That's pretty funny. But Yotoro and Lar, like, they played. I mean, all of Spirit, honestly, they all played an incredible game. So did Liquid, to a certain extent. I don't think it was as well executed and as clean, but it was a very good game of Dota from both teams. Honestly, like, very like S-tier game from both teams. But Spirit were just one step ahead. Like.
Yeah, they were the better team in this game 1. That much is for sure. I have another hero that I feel like I might have an outdated look upon. We saw yesterday mid 1 on the mid lane with the Pango. Today, Collapse with the Pango. I feel like he's on fire, the hero and the player, obviously, today as well.
Love the build too, right? This Abyssal, I think, like, you can see how much priority he puts in winning the fight. Like, he's very obsessed with that, and he's just jumping Abyssal. Because I saw the Basher, I'm like, wait, he does Axe Basher? He's so big, and then no, not at all. He actually skipped the Aghanim Scepter for the longest time, which is very like uncommon.
Yeah, I really love the build because he did go for Diffusal. You know, your Blink, your Shard, of course, but also picked up the Lincoln Sphere. understanding that against the Reaper side, for example, if Ringmaster is not in position, it could be a very good tool, and it's also the defensive tool against Sven's jump, so he's never going to get the initiator on because Sven doesn't really build into items to like remove it. Sure, you can like use your upgraded Echo Saber, use your Harpoon, but this is not something that you want to be doing because a lot of the times you need to reset. And we also saw Lina picking up the same item, understanding that, you know, this is going to be the defensive tool that we kind of need. And I mean, if we really go back, like this was also Team Spirit, you know, against LGD at the time. They were obsessed with Linkenseers. They are playing Magnus, and the True side, they're talking about, you know, they need 3, they need 4 Linkenseers in some of these situations. And, you know, they've been very familiar with these type of situations, and, you know, the same thing does apply to potentially this one as well.
Yeah, and I think both teams, Team Liquid and Spirit here, when they go up against each other, you have to pay attention to these team fights because they will be deciding who comes out on top. So we got the best in the case. Seb, the team fights, some of them, you're going to break them down.
Yeah, I want to start breaking down a little bit of the fights and really show you what makes these teams like best in the world, really, like, you know, that upper class of Dota teams. It comes to patience, it comes to discipline, it comes to what's called in Dota, what they refer to as formation. Formation meaning that, you know, heroes are well positioned in order to impact the fight as they are supposed to, and they never break that formation under no circumstances. So one thing to notice, actually pretty funny before we get into the clip actually, is that both teams are smoking at the same time very often in this game, which really tells the story of like they read the game the same way. They both understand when it is time to group up and take the fight. So you're gonna end up having these big, you know, 5-on-5 clashes, which essentially decided this game. So we can see here Liquid getting, you know, the first point of contact because Invoker was invis, and I'm gonna pause here to just have you focus on really the position of the supports. If I go in slow-mo, so Spirit, they don't freak out, they stay pretty calm. You know, obviously Tiny's getting jumped, and the Ringmaster here has blinked in to use his save ability. But take a look at Larn and his position, how patient he is with how the fight is going to develop. He doesn't rush into the fights, he just waits to see it develop. I mean, Yatoro's getting jumped. You could start freaking out. This is a very crucial moment of the game. And they're gonna wait for the first round of spell to be exchanged. And as soon as now we have Invoker entering the fight, which is going to make the Lina feel safer, Tiny has used his spells, Sven has jumped, Invoker has jumped, so Lina's very safe to enter the fight at, you know, her turn. And we're gonna see then Lard enter. And it's basically a dance of in and out. Yatoro, all his spells are on cooldown. Lal knows that he's pretty safe. He has now taken the front line. Yatoro is backing off, waiting for his spells to reset. It's just so well executed. It's not rushed, it's very patient. This means that Tiny's gonna get another round of spells, you know, Blink, Avalanche Toss. Lina has taken the second round of the team fight. And all of a sudden, you know, it ends up being a team wipe. And it all comes down to, yes, the fight has started. Yes, it's a very stressful moment, but they keep their cool. They know exactly how they have to impact it, and it ends up being very stellar. We're going to look at a second sequence, which is pretty much the same. Everybody's smoked. And to me, it tells the story of why Spirit has been one step ahead. They always get the fight on their terms. They get the proper jumps every time. We see here a perfect jump by Yatoro, follow up by the Ringmaster, and this fight ends up, it's going to be turned, funny enough, and I want you to look at the Sven cleave, you know, how funny it is, because look at where, like, the Witch Doctor is actually pretty well positioned in my opinion. So is Ringmaster and Lina. They're pretty far from the Sven, but somehow, I'm gonna play this in slow-mo for you guys because everybody's just dying to the Sven cleave. So to me, this is like a case of, again, Spirit being one step ahead of Liquid in teamfight execution. And, you know, you have clutch moments. You know, Mickey getting a couple lucky crits, very good angle on the Sven attacks, and all of a sudden it's a close team fight. But essentially, it wasn't very close. I think all the team fights were dominated by Spirit in how they decide to take them and how they execute it, like where and how they take it.
And then it's just game over. And when looking at these clips, Spirit, I mean, they're doing it a little cleaner. They're doing it a little better, more controlled.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there is, I'd say, the bit of a spell casting difference in this one coming out from the supports, the positioning that you did mention, and also like itemization-wise, I think it's easier for Ringmaster to itemize in this game and also keep the distance compared to Tusk, who needs to get in, and a lot of the times when he goes in, he's kind of dead afterwards. Also, this Necro pick on 18, I feel like maybe this could have been something different in this game.
Yeah, we're going to have to find out what will be different in our upcoming game. Game number 2, of course, is very close, but at the meantime, I mean, Dota's going on here, but there's a lot of other games going on as well, and we are actually going to check in with Milos, who's with Cheryl at the MLBB stage.
It is time for our check-in, and I'm happy here to come all the way over to the Allianz Vault to check in with our good friends at MLBB here with Cheryl. Please, let me know what's been going on here, because last year I was an avid enjoyer of MWI, and seeing Vitality take the win, they were still in the top 3 club championship. It was a really cool run to see what's been happening so far in day 2.
So far, our title defenders are back, and the pressure on their shoulders is heavier than ever before. Why? Because we are week here in Paris, and because of that, this is the home ground of Team Vitality. So they're gonna fight tooth and nail and give whatever they have to secure, this win, and of course, adding points to their club championship.
It adds the pressure that on the opening day also, you had the actual CEO of the whole company that's going around. This is, of course, the home, like you said, of the Buzz and Bees. They have their own HQ and public space, so for those that are coming to Paris, you can go and enjoy games.
Yes, the Beehive.
It's a cool experience. I think everybody that loves esports and wants to also experience Paris within that context should try it out. But that's the winners of last year, right?
Yes.
Are there any new hopefuls going into MWI this year?
For sure. There are so many people who are gunning for that spot for the longest time ever, and Team Vitality has held on to the throne, and that's why they are known as the Queen Bees, rightfully so, because of the Team Vitality branding. But other than that, we have seen new regions rise, and earlier on, China has actually showed a fair sharing in day 1, and Malaysia as well has, had a really, really good one, very convincing win. And these are emerging regions, dark horses, I'd say. But of course, the staples that we have seen, Indonesia, Philippines, these are powerhouses in their own rights. But we're incredibly happy to see that the overall gameplay right here has improved leaps and bounds. And of course, this is probably the only female tournament happening here at EWC. So we're so very happy to be giving all of our queens here a platform to showcase their talents.
I think it's incredibly important. I've gotten to experience that over multiple games, and the way it's done here in MWI is super sick because you got teams from all over that are challenging one another.
You have 16 teams duking it out over at the Land of Dawn, and it's just so exciting. It's just day 1, and we've seen so many high-octane clashes happening at the Land of Dawn.
I'm very sure there are no regional biases that have been developing in the talent team. I know they're all very lovely and not trying to poke at one another through it.
That you have to see behind the scenes.
That's something for the other side of the reporting, I guess, to tell. Thank you very much, Cheryl. Congratulations
so much for having me.
on making it here and being with us. But we're going to send it back to Shiver and the gang on the panel. Let's get their check-in done.
Thank you very much, Milos and Cheryl, for that insight. And MLBB, of course, they'll finish their tournament coming Saturday. Will be very exciting to see how that all develops. We're going to move forward here with the Dota 2, and we are going to actually hear some words from Collapse about how he felt coming into today.
This ain't no regular thing. I came for the ring, you know what I mean. You see my name in the lights. Better get right, I'm champion.
We were there. For every click, every clutch, every respawn. We were there for the years of grind. And we're here. Now. The proud founding partner of EWC. Powering the biggest event in gaming. Shoulder to shoulder with the world's best. Making history. Greatness deserves a stage. Lenovo Legion. Reach your impossible.
Hello, I'm here with Collapse from Team Spirit. Collapse, when we talked last time, you said you felt some kind of magical buff when you play EWC. Are you feeling that right now?
No, I'm sick.
What? Why not? What's different?
I mean, right now, like past few days I was sick, and now I am feeling better.
Okay.
But I don't feel the smell.
Okay.
So,
It's not good.
Yeah.
It's a bad day for that to not come. Okay, your opponents are Liquid, really solid team. They had a great series yesterday. What's your confidence against Liquid right now?
Don't know. I'm not scared. I don't feel anything. I'm just like, I just want to play. We were having like few day offs, and I'm just a bit hungry already.
Okay. What's it like waiting a couple days to play matches?
It's boring. You need to play pubs, scrims. But you're on a tournament. You want to play like official games. You want to play on the arena.
Yeah, you're hungry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I totally understand.
Just boring.
Okay, so you're gonna lane against Tofu here. He's been playing a lot of Witch Doctor. What do you do against Maledict as an offlaner? That spell is really annoying, right?
Buy as much as possible fairy fires. And like click them, like at the second he casts on you Maledict, you just click the first fairy fire, and then second one, buy off cooldown.
So every time he Maledicts you, you lose like 120 gold?
Yeah, why not? He's not getting killed.
Okay, all right, and then you just go from there, I guess, and kill him later when he's a Witch Doctor?
Yeah, I hope I will play some like semi-jungler hero, so I can like, leave the lane. Why do I need to lane, bro?
Okay, you can jungle. What if they block your camps and zone you from lane? Is that...
I can farm day jungle.
Okay, there's always more camps. All right, that makes sense. You got all the plans ready to go.
Yeah.
The magic is coming back. I can feel it. Thank you for joining me, Collapse. Good luck in your match.
Thank you.
I think that magic that Collapse was talking about already came back to him during that game one. He was on fire. So was his team. The hunger was felt by Liquid on the receiving end here. Elimination on the line. We're going into game two of this best of three. Yesterday, we saw when Liquid was down a game, what happened. And I'm hoping for them that they can make the same result happen. I'm hoping for us as a viewer pleasure that also the same result will happen, because that was quite cool. And these two teams can go for best of seven if I had a choice. But we'll see. Liquid in that first game, Seb, it gave me a little bit doubts.
Yeah, I think the draft maybe didn't really play out the way they wanted it, because they picked this Necro and it started off pretty well. I mean, honestly, I think he did get first blood, and it looked like they were going to dominate this lane. I think there was like a big mistake from Ace that game where he just died on level 3, and all of a sudden, I mean, if you pick for lanes, you have to execute it properly, because you pick Necro, and obviously you concede a lot of team fights. You don't have stuns. You don't. On one side there's like a Pangolier with a blink, and on the other side there's Necro with Radiance. So obviously team fights are going to be a little bit harder, especially in the mid game. I mean, I think Spirit, they really abused it, and as we've seen from that team in the past and today, they excel at executing team fights. It's one of their strengths, and it's also why they're so confident going into the late game. They know that they're core players and supports for that matter, but they'll buy the right items, they will click their spells to perfection, and you're either on par or you don't stand a chance. So I think it came down to laning maybe for Liquid, where it didn't go as it should have, and then of course their lineup does not allow them to fight as well as Spirit.
Do you think they also got a little bit scared of the Witch Doctor and decided to go for ranged offlaner instead?
It's possible. I mean, at the end of the day, they are the Witch Doctor team. Right? I think they were the one bringing it to the meta and spamming it, if anything. So maybe it got to their heads. That's like a classic thing also in Dota, where you're on a team, and one of your teammates, let's say, he excels at a hero. You kind of have to reach the conclusion, because that person could be like, this hero is too strong. Like the Witch Doctor player could be in that case. Not like, well, guys, Witch Doctor is a problem. Like, you can't lane, because that's how he genuinely feels when he plays Witch Doctor against their offlaner. He's like, I'm gonna own him on the lane. He cannot lane. But you also have to come to the conclusion that we own with Witch Doctor, and we can own Witch Doctor. Like, we can handle it. So it's it takes like a team conversation where, you know, you have to tell them, hey, I'll be fine against it. Like, don't worry about it. We can give it. We should take it, but we can also play against it.
Yeah, teams talked about potentially, you know, getting to jungle straight away, almost, you know, getting to that minute one and then transitioning into jungle. Collapse also talked about it, the Witch Doctor with the Fairy Fire counters, but it's a little of an underrated strat, I would say, especially because you are dropping those neutral items relatively early on. Even if you get them early on, this could also sway like the matchup in your favor. Let's say you get regeneration item, you get regen enchantment. You don't care too much about harassment anymore.
And you know one cool thing to do in Dota when you're not sure of the value, because Dota is a game of like how to use your time, right? Like do you rather farm the wave, stack a camp, you know, pick up a bounty rune, and at the end of the day, you know, there's a famous quote going on right now where Dota is just about spells and numbers. Well, I mean, it is. I don't know how true that statement is, but it is a little bit about numbers anyway. And in that sense, you can always transfer what you are doing or what you're buying in gold, and it will give you like a good idea. So, for instance, the neutral enchantment that gives you 2.25 HP regen. You know, you just do the math on how much gold would it cost you to get 2.25 HP regen, and it will cost you around 300 gold. So, and how many camps is that worth? You know, and it's gonna help you understand what you should be doing, basically, and how to use your time and position on the map.
Yeah, and speaking of numbers, Ember Spirit is one of the most picked heroes here at this EWC. It's Liquid that picks it up after an opening from Clockwork, a hero that was mostly ignored in the previous game. We have, of course, changed sides for the team, and the pick order changed with them, so it was Spirit with first pick, and it will be Liquid with that overall last pick. They ban out the Huskar already to make sure that Ember Spirit will have a good game here.
And the reason why the opener is that much different is also because Liquid came to game one with a plan, which was the first pick Invoker, and they kind of forced Spirit to address it, which means that, you know, Spirit, they thought, okay, it is more important to pick the Pangolier right now because we might not get it after, rather than the Clockwork or other heroes for that matter, which explained why they went out of their script. Now, they seem to be prioritizing Clockwork as a hero, nothing surprising. Ember Spirit for Nisha.
It's looked good every single game.
Every single game.
Absolutely. Like, this hero is just popping off. Like, even in the losing matchups, they're still going to respect the Huskar, of course, but there are a lot of matchups, like we've seen this matchup against Lina as well, you're not going to be winning it. But it seems like Ember Spirits didn't care too much about the lane. They more think about, you know, the game, because this hero isn't really a lane dominator, especially if picked early on. So many heroes does counter him in the lane. Like, we saw a good amount of Snapfires, we saw a good amount of Necrophos as well, making sure that he's not having that good of a time, not being oppressive, but also a hero that can find farm pretty much anywhere. We saw it multiple times, dragging the creep wave from the mid lane into the enemy jungle, into triangle, farming the big camp on top of that, kind of even getting more farm than the enemy mid laner at the time.
Yeah, it's a very strong hero, honestly. It's been owning this tournament. It's hard to stop, as you mentioned, so we'll have to see. You know, if this hero might end up being in first place banned against certain teams. Like, typically these are games or series that can change the meta and how much respect is put also by other teams not participating in this game on Ember Spirit. Because if Nisha can prove that, hey, you can just blindly pick Ember and you'll be fine, well, you know, that's very interesting.
It's an early tide.
Very early.
Yeah, this is I'm quite confused by this, if I'm honest. Like, I don't quite understand why they would pick the Tide, which again is a hero that can get punished on lane.
Witch Doctor, one of the best counters. I mean, we saw a good amount of disruptors as well coming out. I feel like maybe in this one it could be also.
But like, why are you not addressing the Ember? Because you kind of had a free core pick in a sense. You see the mid matchup, so maybe if they want like a hero mid that could get countered, you know, like it's a niche pick that Lard is gonna want to play versus Ember, and he doesn't want to reveal it yet. Else, I don't really see why expose the Tide where you could just have picks like a good matchup for the mid lane. We'll get the answers, obviously, to all these questions with the following picks, but it's very curious. So I'm sure Liquid is scratching their heads. There we see the Witch Doctor, as you called, very good hero against Tide in the lane and in the game, for that matter.
Yeah, throughout the whole game, and it's also like it allows you to pick different heroes. We are seeing some of like different pairings with Spectre. We saw like I think one Warlock pairing as well, with Ursa I think as well, and some of these carries that are weaker in the lane now that Witch Doctor is more like popular.